Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize you're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find trails that control.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the bottom left-hand corner of the Nevada Triangle in California, city called Fresno. Hi, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. Been doing it for now 7 years. If this is your first time tuning in, oh my God, you're in for a great show. Man, we just barely made it.
We did barely make it.
My co-host, also part of the team, Mr. Alan Thomas.
Good evening, everyone.
We just got back from the Tulare Sci-Fi Extravaganza out in Tulare, California, and we had some things we wanted to show you, and things are not going like they should be, but Alan's going to try to fix them during the show. So hopefully we shall able to show you all that good stuff. So we work on the lights here. All right, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I'm also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. I've been doing that for like over 13 years. So we're not just talk show hosts here. So we've actually been out there getting our hands dirty and feet wet and trying to find, great evidence for you. And that's why I'm doing this, because we have found the great evidence and we need to show it to you guys. So this is the correct avenue to do it, and I'm glad you're here to see it. We are being broadcasted in two ways, live video and audio. So whichever which way you want to do it, you can listen or watch us. You can go to ParanormalCentral.net, and you have two links there to go to live stream if you want to watch us, or you can go to ArtBell.com and listen to audio there. Yeah, ArtBell is broadcasting us on the Dark Matter Network worldwide, and the audio out there rocks. So what a lot of people do is go to live stream, mute it, and go to ArtBell and listen. And you got the best of both worlds there. We are broadcasting HD 1080 high quality video for you. That's why you can see the dirt and my face and the wrinkles and we're like all messed up. So
Like the bags under my eyes from no sleep.
yeah, so it's been one of those days. We were asked to go to the Tulare Sci-Fi Con in Tulare, California, which is about an hour south of Fresno. And we had a booth out there, and we went out there just to do promotion, say hi to people. It was fun. We were out there for 2 days. A lot of people that were there came up to us and said, hey, man, we've been following you guys for a long time, and it makes us feel real good that, people are actually listening to this program. And they are, because, we have proof on the numbers. And
Even Captain America,
yeah,
and
Jordan
Cinderella.
and the Slaughter family. Thank you.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm going to show you a picture later on. So I want to make you guys famous. So, all right, the right on. Okay,
Captain America's famous already.
So we are going to get a hold of the first person. What we usually do, we contact one of our friends. His name is Danny Valderrama. He is our Squatch reporter, well known around the world as Danny Valderrama, the person who runs over people. And we're going to call him. He sent me some photographs, and we're going to show them while we're talking to you. And if you are listening on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com, just go over to their homepage and look for the Squatch Report for today's date, March the 8th, Danny Valderrama Squatch Report. Click on that, and we'll be visually looking at the pictures one at a time. So let's get a hold of Danny. And Emerald is not here again because her grandfather passed away. So,
we're sorry, Em.
So she's taking care of business. And
if you ever need anything, call, okay? I know you're listening.
Yeah, right now she's not listening.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to phone.
Yeah, Danny, he was like voted the most good looking in the show.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What's that noise?
Huh?
You got the audio on that. Yeah, I thought I heard double audio. Okay.
Christian.
Let's get a hold of Danny.
See, I'm like half deaf, so. And I can't see straight.
That's what you're messed up. Danny, are you awake?
Yeah, I'm awake, barely.
Yeah. Did your mom leave the door open in the basement for you to get out for a while?
Yeah. Crack the door so I can breathe.
Did the basement have any windows?
No.
No?
It's like a dungeon.
Yeah.
I'm chained to the wall.
You deserve to be down there.
Yes, so you know you're voted best looking on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody can see me.
That's right. Number one, baby.
Compared to you guys, yeah.
Whatever. Okay. All right.
I did have. I'm downloading a bunch of pictures right now.
Oh,
so
sweet.
they should be up on my page slowly.
Okay. Yeah, we wanted to show some videos of. Remember, we told you that of me of the tree with the firewood and all that.
Uh-huh.
We have all that on the SD card, and we transferred over to a flash drive to get it over to our main computer. And for some reason, it turned up a different program, and we can't open it.
Yeah, the main computer.
Yeah.
doesn't wanna-
So what we're gonna do, you guys who are watching us right now, in a little bit, Alan is going to get up off the chair and go over to the laptop and see if he can fix all that while I talk to Danny and talk about some other things and let him, because Alan is the computer geek of the team, and he will try to take care of business. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Danny, and man, it sounds weird, but oh well. Okay, we're gonna talk to Danny and talk Squatch. And let me get over here. Let me get over there. And let me go over to the desktop. And then we will start with picture number 1. Danny, you are a go.
All right. This first picture is called the $100,000 Bigfoot photo. This was posted on February 20th on the Bigfoot evidence page. Now, the picture you're looking at was taken in 2007. But, during an expedition in the Sierras with the Bigfoot evidence page, Wally Hersom, who backs a lot of, he puts the money up for a lot of these expeditions, he offered the Bigfoot evidence page $100,000 to prove to him that this picture was not the real deal. So Wally believes that this is what you're looking at there is a real Sasquatch standing in front of a game camera.
Whatever.
Now, the picture was taken on D.B. Young's property, and it's been come to known as a Big Phil, is what they call that picture. And Bigfoot evidence page passed on the offer because they said they felt that any evidence that they presented would be just subjective, so they wouldn't be able to prove it one way or another. And at first glance, many people do believe that it's fake. However, people that are familiar with the location and who know D.B. Young say that and know his character believe it's the real deal. You know, some say it's a statue, but statues can't walk. Some
Well,
say-
how do you know this thing is walking?
I'll let you know in a second.
Oh, sorry.
But some say it was a large person that came into the camera range and got a picture of him in his backyard to stage a prank. But at the time this picture was taken, it was on January 26, 2007. The temperature was below zero, and there was frozen footprints everywhere, and there's a swamp area, and everything was frozen. But the footprints found had signs of ice melt, indicating that the barefoot had warmth to it. It was melting the snow. And all the footprints they found, the toes were displaced in each one, meaning that it was an actual foot that stood in that location and not some, like a wooden cutout of people stomping. It was the toes were in different places in each footprint. There have been expeditions, BFRO expeditions, because of this picture in this area, and it included witnesses who have seen large figures, unknown sounds. People have been tormented at night, and there's been rock throwing incidents. The pic obtained was by a trail camera placed on D.B. Young's property, and it's near the South Fork of the Flambeau River in north central Wisconsin. So I don't know if Alan's sister Ginger is near that area, but it's in Wisconsin.
What city again?
It's north central Wisconsin, near the Flambeau River. That's where his house is, where the picture was taken.
She might be a little bit close to that. Same state. Yeah, I guess they said it's better. The audio's better.
Okay. All right.
I wonder how it is for Keith. You know.
Well, he can turn it up and turn it low on his end, so he should be right. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I you know what? Come on, really? We have a better photograph, dude.
Just a little background on D.B. Young. He's a professional hunting and fishing guide and a wildlife specialist, and he spends most of his time stalking deer herds and bears and wolves and coyotes because he takes groups of people out in the hunting season, and he has to be able to take them to where the best places to catch these things are. So the reason he put this camera up is because there was something that was killing his pet cats during the past week, and 4 of his 7 cats were missing. So he put the camera up to see if he could catch some kind of predator that was out there getting them. The camera triggered a few times during the night, snapping a few photos, but when he looked at the SD card, there's 12 pictures taken, and of the 12, only this one had actually showed something in it. The rest were just completely black. And the next picture that you have is a lightened version of it. Had Keith lightened it up, and you can see something standing there, and it looks too good to be true.
Yeah, I mean that looked like this so-called Bigfoot is modeling for the camera.
No, it's just standing there. The arms are kind of looking strange.
How did they? What I want to know is, like, if you're looking at it. No, they have this picture on the Art Bell thing, right? On Art Bell. Yeah. Okay. On the is that the moon behind it?
I think it's a light, one of those motion detector lights that comes on.
Oh, because like he's like lit up on his back, like way too much,
You can't really tell if he's facing the camera or if that's his back.
Right.
But he did go outside and look for prints, and there were many prints all over the place.
Well, did he
15 to 16 inches.
Did he take photos of the prints and put it out with the picture?
They didn't show any pictures. This is the only one they showed.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm sorry, but unless you give me more information, and if you say you got prints, I want to see prints. All right? I mean, this here doesn't prove a jack. It doesn't prove jack. And you know what the word after that is. Okay. I see nothing.
Well, you know what it looks like to me? In that movie, when time stood still, or the day time stood still.
Come on, really?
It looks like that guy.
Oh, really? Come on, guys. You can do better. You can do better than this. See, if I had a picture like this, I would not show it to you guys because that's ridiculous. This is asinine right here to show a picture like this and say, "Oh my God, it's Bigfoot." I would never do this.
They said that there's a branch near the head, and that branch measures at 8.5 feet.
Oh yeah, I see the branch right there. The measuring tape. Where's the measuring? Come on, if you're gonna say you have a branch with that measures 8, well then show me the measuring stick and put a video camera there and show it. If not,
I think that's why the Bigfoot evidence page didn't take the offer.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Because it's absolutely asinine to show this and tell me it's a Bigfoot. This is ridiculous.
Roll in on it a little bit. Like, like scroll in, let's look at it, like closer. 1738, so it's like 530.
It's 530, yeah.
Yeah. 2007? I mean, it's been out here for a while.
I mean, come on. That's just... That's telling
They did say they followed tracks for over a mile, leading away from the house.
Sorry, that's absolutely nothing to me right there. That's a person in a suit. I mean, really?
I think that's why he still has $100,000.
Yeah. So, but okay. But this is what your Your job is to tell us what's going on out there recently in the Bigfoot world. And if someone wants to put this out and say this is the real deal, well, then you better damn get some great, you better get out there to the same location, get somebody to stand in the same place, take a photograph, do some measurements like we did when David Ragos's picture was taken up in the Sierras, and that's what you need to do. And that's the only thing you're going to release. Forget it. Sorry.
It's interesting.
No pictures of footprints or anything.
Yeah, nothing.
What I find a little bit interesting about the picture, only because I seen one before, and I seen the silhouette of it first. You know what I mean? Like it was up on top of a mountain, and the sky was still dark, but the sky was lightening up from the sunrise coming. So I kind of seen like a silhouette like that, kind of. Actually, the sky was a little more brighter behind it than this picture, but I could see the silhouette real good. This one has like the right, you would say, shape, musculature.
Yeah, but come on.
I mean, his shoulders are huge, and then he goes down to like kind of a narrow waist. But the only thing is, this looks like a cutout, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. Yeah. I mean, you can't say that unless you go and try to debunk it. Okay.
But he does, like he looks pretty big in the shoulders. And that's
bless you.
That's what I seen too.
Did you sneeze?
Yeah.
It is perfectly placed right there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, dead center. Come on. Well, anyways, okay. Yeah, well, you guys know what I think about this.
Yeah.
And when I saw this on Facebook, dude, I put LOL, and I said, really? And I left it at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Sacktown Al just said, it's 7 years old. Really, it's 2007 is when it was taken.
I figured it out.
Well, I mean, no wonder I never saw it before, because it's kind of like looks like.
Okay. All right. What's next?
The robot.
All right. The next picture is from Statesman Journal from February 25th. Zach Ernest.
Okay. What are we looking at?
Writer.
What are we looking at?
And this is something brewing in the Klamath-Siskiyou Mountains of southwestern Oregon and northern California.
So are we looking at a map right now?
Yep.
Okay. I want to make sure.
This is remote mountains. This whole area has been a hotbed of Bigfoot sightings for the longest time. So it makes perfect sense to start a Bigfoot trail.
Okay.
And 41-year-old Michael Kaufman has created a 360-mile hiking trail. And this whole thing links together 6 wilderness areas, 3 national forests, and 1 national park. And it has 32 species of conifer and 3,500 species of plants. And this is pretty much what he wants you to see. He wants you to see all the plant life and everything and how these ancient forests out there could support life that no one else can see. And he wants you to appreciate the beauty and all that stuff. So he's created this whole area, and he's written a book called The Conifer Country, and it's all about all the species of plants or trees in the area over there. So you like the Bigfoot the long distance hiking route to be a kind of like a scavenger hunt for all different conifers that you can find in Bigfoot country, and hopefully you can get a sighting too. So he's hoping to raise money to create a nonprofit trail maintenance group to upkeep and clear out any underbrush and all that stuff, because right now it's there. The hiking trail is there. If you're an expert tracker, you can find the trail, but they want to open it up more so everybody can get a chance to do it. So he's opened up a Kickstarter page with a goal of $2,500, and it ends on March 10th. But as of right now, he has $11,536, and he has 186 backers. So he has more than enough money right now. But he said the additional funds are going to be all going back in it because it's a nonprofit that he's setting up. So that's all going to be for construction of the path and all that stuff.
Right.
Keep the trail maintained and hire people to keep it maintained, because they'll have to go out there and spend the night out there. So.
Yeah.
But the trail begins west of Red Bluff in the Yola-Bolly Middle East Wilderness, and crosses spectacular peaks and wild rivers, and ends in the rainforest in the Redwood National Park area near Crescent City, the Jedediah Smith rainforest. And so far, it technically doesn't exist, but you can find it if you're an expert person. But it uses existing hiking trails, and then it has to go through the roads, the vehicle roads on public lands, the dirt roads, the old logging roads, because those are legal right-of-ways through private lands. So you can use those right now to get around everything. But there's more information at bigfoottrail.org, but it looks like it's going to happen. It's going to open up pretty soon. And the next picture shows where each type of different tree is that you can find.
Nice.
And then the following picture has I think it's numbered 1 through 20. So if you don't want to do the whole hike all at once for this 360 miles, you couldn't do it. You can do sections of it. And it has it detailed. If you click on each one of those dots when you go to the website, it has a detailed map of how exactly the route goes. So you can find it. That's pretty good that they're actually getting a Bigfoot trail now.
Right. But hold on, we got a hum going on here. There you go. Yeah, that is kind of cool. But how many miles? 360 miles?
360 miles of hiking.
Yeah, like I'm going to be going and hiking 300.
Well, that's why you can do the little sections at a time.
Oh,
so.
okay. Yeah.
I can't even do one little section.
And one's like 5 miles.
And basically is to show just the plant life and the trees.
Show how remote some of these locations are in
right.
the ancient forests and how thick they are and how they could support something like this.
Sure.
A Bigfoot out there.
Well, if
you might even have it on sign.
I'm telling you right now, if you're going to go do this, you better take a big gun.
It'll be like the Gilligan's Island. You're on a 3-hour tour.
Take a big gun with you and not go by yourself. I'm telling you
every
right
Sunday at
5. Yeah, so you might not be coming back. Okay, next one is...
Man, I wish I could walk. I would walk it.
Yeah, whatever.
I would feel like this much.
Yeah, I don't walk anymore. That's what cars and bikes are for. Sorry, I'm a lazy butt.
I can't drive there. I ain't going.
I'm not going. So, okay. I got the next picture up that has numbers on it.
Yeah, that's the hiking trail. That's how you can break it down into smaller little hikes.
Okay. Right on. Okay. Cool beans. All right, let's go to picture number next, which is... Now, this is an interesting one. Go ahead with this one.
All right, this is from Cryptomundo page. It's Craig Woolheater. It's published on March 5th. And this picture is an old one, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken in 1989 among the banks of the Warren Gauge Railroad, which runs through Silverton and Durango in southern Colorado. Now, this picture is hanging in the Silverton Bigfoot Museum, and it's on Blair Street in Silverton, Colorado. They have their own Bigfoot museum. And they claim that there's a cluster of Bigfoot sightings in Silverton, and they have 8 confirmed Sasquatch sightings within a 10-mile radius over the last 10 years. And these are in the San Juan Mountains, and if you ever used to watch that show Sightings, they used to have a lot of UFO reports and Bigfoot reports in the San Juan Mountains. So this is that same area in southern Colorado.
And that's kind of weird that you mentioned sightings because, when we were at the Tulare Sci-Fi Con today, we were telling everybody about our new TV show coming up, and they said the best show that was out there was Sightings.
Yeah.
That was a great TV show because it was like talking about sightings recently. Yeah, it was a great show, and boom, it's gone. So,
I wonder why
it's a couple of years.
Wonder why it's gone.
All right, so the next photograph after the train is
something running next to the train.
Check this guy out. All right, everybody, watch this. All right, go to artbell.com and look at this photograph, which is the object now below the train, and I'm sure everybody can see it. Go. All right,
this is something that was running next to the tree. There's no backstory on it. It just hangs in the museum, and you can see the people in the front of the train are looking at it, but we don't know exactly what it is.
Right.
And some people in the comments were saying that it could be somebody in a hoodie in 1989, or somebody running.
Right.
And somebody even says that it kind of looks like, because if you look at the midsection area, it might be carrying a rifle, because there's a black spot in the back, and then there's a black spot on the front, or it could be carrying a duffel bag.
Okay. You want me to go to the close-up picture?
Sure.
Okay.
Or it could be just the rocks in the background that are darker. But this area does claim to have the earliest Bigfoot sighting, and it's in the 1840s by a miner in the San Juan Mountains that had a reported sighting of a Sasquatch. But they said that it's likely to be spotted along the Animas River from the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad, which is just what this picture is showing.
Yeah.
But,
I'm looking at the photograph, and the chin is very defined, and then the head itself, and when we talk about Bigfoot, we talk about cone heads. Mm-hmm. This is a spike head. It's not a cone head per se. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Yeah. It does
look like kind of a beard too.
Yeah, front, exactly. Right. So, and have you ever heard of a Bigfoot having a beard? Maybe a lot of hair. How about facial hair?
Facial hair, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
but not around the eyes.
Whoever did it has been watching the Thinker Thunker guy, because they got the leg, the right angle. You know what I mean?
Right. You could do that if you were running. And there's no report, so we don't know if it was running or what it was doing. But this was taken in 1989.
Oh, 89.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't have hoodies in 89, did they?
I don't know.
Good question. Google it, somebody. Chat it.
But it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what
weird.
that is.
Yeah. I mean, it almost looks like he has like some kind of like bony back. You know what I mean? Like it looks like he's part dinosaur or something.
Maybe that's why he's not on the train. He's running away.
I'm googling hoodies and seeing when they were.
Yeah, caveman, a black caveman. There you go.
When were hoodies invented? There's actually some 1930s.
1930s.
Yeah. So it could be.
It could be a hoodie.
It could be a hoodie.
It could be a monk.
It could be a monk. It could be a Chinaman. I mean, that's. I mean,
you said that.
I did. That's not an illegal
no
word.
complaints to Jeffrey Gonzalez at SingerParanormal.com.
Whatever. It looks like it is holding something on its left-hand side, though.
It does, and it kind of looks like it could be the rocks in the background, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not really clear,
I don't know.
It looks pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't know. So this one is undecided on this one. I mean, you can't really debunk it from when it's a photograph that long ago. You really can't say anything about it. And
no story again.
No. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, it's not digital though, for sure. 89.
Well, again, we're assuming. I mean, you have to take it for what it's worth that they're telling you it's from 1989.
Yeah, and it really does look like some kind of gun or something.
Well, let's go back to
that. I mean, it could be a hunter, but who hunts in black? I mean, the Bigfoot I saw, he was black, and I was going to chew him out for being wearing all black. Okay. You know what I mean? And then when he got down close enough, I realized it was black fur, and I didn't chew him out.
Well,
I froze.
You know what? Okay, I'm looking at the smaller version. I'm going to go ahead and just zoom in over here and keep the quality.
I wonder if it's like another kind of little critter, like a troll, or Yeah,
somebody say it could be carrying a baby.
I'm looking at it, and I'm leaving it at the small version. Okay, guys. So I'm not zooming in on it, so that way you can see the quality.
I see what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm not going to zoom in on it. I'm going to leave it like that. The object behind on the left-hand side, I don't think it's rocks. It looks fairly close to the body.
It looks like the people are in the train are looking at it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I mean, it's to me. It's the size of a skateboard. That's what I'm looking at. The size of a skateboard, depending on the size of this person or creature, whatever you want to call it. It looks like the size of a skateboard, and it's holding it on its side. It doesn't look like a gun to me. The gun is not the right shape, and I think the gun, if you look at a shotgun or a .22, they're, almost 4 feet long, 3.5 feet, 4 feet long. And they're skinny. That doesn't look like a gun to me. Can it be carrying, like you said, some food, like a pig, like a deer? I don't know. But that pointy thing at the very top of the head is throwing me for a loop.
Yeah, but now that you have it on this picture and the way you have it rolled in, you could see the pixels, the squares. At least I can on this.
Okay, so I can't see it.
And that little pointy head isn't really part of its head. See, now everybody that has a big computer at home or looking at it on a monitor. See, you're looking at
that
the
point.
little
You know what that pointy thing is? It's the trees in the trees in the back.
Yeah, or bushes or whatever
the bushes.
it is.
Yes,
yeah.
You're right.
So that's not part of its head.
Oh.
It looks more real like that now than
okay.
before.
So you guys see this? All right. So
all the people on live stream, they can see it like that. Or if you're on the Art Bell one, you can download the photo or save the image and then use your scroll wheel and scroll into it. You know what I mean? And then you can see it on your computer.
Okay. Now you guys, now we're talking. It's not a pointing head.
Right.
That's part of the back of the bushes, like Ellen just said. The chin, it's what we're looking at. It's possibly maybe the bushes as well in the background. Right. And what it's carrying is definitely on the left-hand side. It could be an animal.
Could be.
And now, if this is 1989, you guys, we didn't
snowboarding back then.
Yeah, because snowboard. We didn't start talking about the height of the leg of a Bigfoot when it's walking or running. That we never really pushed that. That never really came about until we started talking about that maybe about a year or 2 years ago.
Right.
So this is like 1989.
That would be 2 years after I seen the Sasquatch I saw, and really the internet was like nothing in 1989.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't really that huge, and there wasn't a whole lot on there about Bigfoot on the internet.
Now I'm looking at what it's carrying. Okay,
like
it is carrying something. It is carrying something.
Or no.
Now I'm thinking if it was an animal like a pig or a deer, it would be slouched over like a half a circle. If it was carrying it, it would, when you carry, I'm not saying I ever carried a dead person, but it's slouched. It's like, it's
I'm not going to comment on that.
Shut up. It's when you're carrying a lifeless object.
Okay, now check out like.
Now you talked to somebody recently that saw them carrying a dead pig.
Right.
How did you say they were carrying it?
Over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder.
Yes.
See, and then I've read where they carry. I've had reports of them carrying them under like this.
Okay.
150-pound animal they can carry it under their arm.
But
like
see,
that.
this is
Now,
right at the waist.
Look at the posture of how the back is, and then how the legs are bent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have the right posture as a human.
Right.
It almost has like a monkey posture, kind of.
The back left leg as it comes up is right now is telling me that a human doesn't walk that like
right,
that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like Danny
and if
pointed
it is
out,
running,
if
it is running and carrying something, that thing would be.
Oh, okay.
Your arm would be forward, so it would be a lot higher than it is now.
Now since you brought that up, let's say it is running, all right, and if the animal is bouncing up and down like this. And when they took the photograph, the animal was up in a straight position. Click. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're running with something, it's bouncing. And at that point in time, whatever it's carrying, if it's an animal, instead of being in the sloshed, like a lifeless dead body, but bouncing up and down, and it snapped the photograph when it was up in the straight position.
Oh, I see what you
clip.
mean.
And that's what you're looking at.
Like if it was a deer and it was dead, it would be drooped.
Exactly.
But if he's running,
it's bouncing up like that.
He caught it like in
mid-air.
Bounce.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Too bad we didn't have another, like the second shot where it was down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
right. Exactly.
It only has one picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I say we debunked, or Ellen debunked the cone head or the arrow, whatever it is. It's part of the back of the bush, so it doesn't have a pointed head. And the actual chin is what we think. It's still the bushes in the background.
Right.
Right, because of the pixel. Do you see that?
Yeah.
what's given me away here that this thing might be, if the date is correct, is the lift of the left leg. That is
now
telling.
they wouldn't know.
They
in
would,
1989, they don't know that.
They don't know that exactly.
That's
If
right.
this is, if you can tell me this is the actual photograph of a 1989, if it's on paper, then it should have a date on it. Hopefully, so I don't know, but you can easily debunk this pretty darn quick if there's a date on the paper. If there's a date on the paper and it's like legit, dude, this might be legit.
Somebody in Colorado, get down to that museum.
This might be legit, man.
Pull the picture off the wall.
Yeah.
Look on the back of it.
Absolutely, like National Treasure. You know, go get the Constitution, steal it, and go do some. Not the Constitution,
That
but
was Jeffrey Gonzalez that said that.
So yeah. I mean, there's a good. I mean, you can debunk this, guys. So anybody who's near this museum, where's this museum at again?
Silverton.
Silverton in Colorado.
Yep.
Somebody get out there. Come on, these guys. Anybody out in Colorado who's watching this show, listening to us at Dark Matter, get your out there and go up to it really close and take a photograph. And if it's if you can get the museum curator or whoever is, if this is hanging, to see if there's a date on there, and if there's a number that says it's 1989, then man, you might have the real deal here, and this is cool. Very cool.
Well, I wonder if
The hell was that?
I don't know.
You there, Danny?
Yeah. What'd you hear?
That's weird. Everybody hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, you don't?
Was it the government?
What is that?
I don't hear what you're hearing. Thunder again?
No.
Now it's gone.
No, that was
I
weird.
don't hear anything.
It sounded like somebody called in.
Yeah.
It's still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I don't hear anything that
Oh,
you're
wait.
hearing.
Oh.
Skype took us out? Wow. Okay. We're back?
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Okay. That was weird.
The
Okay.
government.
Do I need to go over and answer it? The call?
Everybody who's listening to us at live.
Signal?
Yeah. The Skype went down for some reason. And that usually doesn't happen. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah, never happened.
Uh-uh.
You got too close to the picture.
Huh?
You got too close to the picture.
Yeah.
It's real. Weird.
Okay, we are back on for the Art Bell people who lost us for some reason. We lost Skype. We sent Skype audio to the Dark Matter Network, and that went down for some reason, which is weird because we are using the same internet box for live stream, and that one was fine. So that was just weird. So okay, so there you go. Anybody in Colorado, go to the museum, take some pictures, and if you want to be my reporter for that situation, do it, man, and we'll get you on the air. And if you can take some good pictures or talk to the museum personnel there and get some more information on this picture, that would be awesome.
See if there is a story.
If there is a story, if there's, just find me a date on this photograph. Okay, find me a date. If it says 1989 on it somewhere, if you can, find out if that's fact, then right now I'm going to say this could be pretty up there as legit. So I mean, very cool. So okay, awesome. All right, what else, Danny?
That's it.
That's
it's
it?
5:30 and it's still daylight outside
Oh, that's right.
In California.
in California.
Right, yeah. Like, it's
So-
not somewhere else.
So Danny went with us to, or actually he went later on. We were at the Tulare Sci-Fi, and Danny and Jolene and Robert went out there later on, and Danny took some photographs, and I guess, Danny, you're going to post them on Paranormal Central?
Yeah, I just posted them on my page. I'll share it on your page and Paranormal Central.
Okay. So all you guys who are not friends with us, you guys are missing so much. Danny and Elizabeth run the Paranormal Central like page. So go to Facebook, Paranormal Central like page. I also have a page. I'm pretty close to the 5,000 max, but I also broadcast a lot of great stuff on there. Jeffrey Gonzalez, or type in Sanger Paranormal Society, and that'll bring you up. Alan is Sasquatchin. Type in Alan Thomas Sasquatchin
Facebook. Facebook.com/Sasquatchin.
Sasquatchin, okay. Yeah. And then that'll get you them.
I did that way before, a long time ago.
Yeah, before we started doing this. So there you go. So right on. All right, Danny.
All right.
I'll get
some rest before you guys.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, how did you like the sci-fi con thing?
It was pretty good. That was my first one I've been to.
Right.
Really?
They had a lot of stuff to look at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was tripping out. Like, some of the people, like, they really
get into it.
They had Darth Vader, and I'm like, everybody's crowded around and taking pictures and everything, and they have all these Imperial soldiers, and what was that little thing that had the funny voice?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
I'm not a Star Trek. Yeah, and you know what? I'll talk about that right now too. But
Star Wars.
I mean, I'm sorry, or Star Trek.
I got a picture that I posted of him.
Okay. The actual Darth Vader, the one who wore the actual.
But he didn't sound like him. Did he sound like him to you?
Well, no. It's because it's Earl. What's his name? Earl Jones.
I know.
I know.
Making fun.
I know you're making fun.
He got rid of his asthma.
So they had some. We'll talk about it right now.
Yeah,
but,
they had the Highlander yesterday, man. You missed him.
There you go. I was trying to remember his name. Thank you.
You guys didn't go outside, but they had a sword fighting demonstration, and you got to do sword fighting. And Robert and Jolene did that, and I got pictures of them doing it.
Oh, I want to see that. Okay.
With bamboo sticks.
Oh, that's cool. Dang it, Ash. Oh, man, I would have went out there and videotaped that with
I watched it like 3 or 4 times, and they had some guy out there teaching, how to strike with a sword two-hand,
For the zombie apocalypse, you guys.
That's what he was saying, too. He was saying stuff like that. Yeah.
Holy mackerel, I was only kidding.
And they had these...
If you're not ready, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
It was pretty fun. He was telling them how, you hold it, and they had bleachers set up where everybody could sit there and watch them. And then they even had, like, these guys dressed up in leather armor with like, plastic big giant swords, and they were doing games. Like, like they were dressed like costume play or whatever you call it.
Cosplay type, yeah.
Yeah, and then they were doing costume fighting play. It was kind of cool.
They had another shed in the back, and I don't know, was that where they were doing it, or they were doing something there?
They had some bleachers out on the side by the food area.
Okay. All right, dude.
I don't know what that building. They kept saying go there.
They had some things going on in there, but I didn't. Yeah, they need to next year, if they have it next year, they need to promote what's going on in there with like signs or something, because I had no clue. So, all right, Danny, thank you very much. We'll talk to you next week.
Guys.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. See ya.
Bye, Danny.
Thanks.
See you guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Danny Valderrama, our Squatch reporter. When we do this show, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show is I was tired of hearing stuff on Roswell, on Area 51, on that's all we hear, guys. That's it. So my idea, my intent on the show was to bring you stuff. What happened like last week, like 2 weeks ago, around the world, around the United States, around our area. And Paranormal Central, the TV show, is going to be that. I am not going to mention anything about Area 51 or Roswell, New Mexico, or anything like that. Unless it's new news, then I'll talk about it. But my idea is I'm going to keep you guys informed like we do today with Danny's Bigfoot stuff and Heidi's stuff, and I'm going to show you guys what's going on. And that's what my intent is, okay? So, and for those who don't know, we got asked to give the Fox Network here in California 26 episodes of our show. And it's not going to be what you see like this. It's going to be in a different setup, but you'll be able to see us on the Fox Network, and we're not sure yet exactly the time and the date. We're shooting for April, beginning of April now. We are filming episodes as we speak. As a matter of fact, we went to the Tulare Sci-Fi Con, and we had a booth there. And kind of blew us away because a lot of people came up and they said, we've been, following you guys for a while now.
And they had stories.
Yeah. And
like what you were talking about just now, like we want to bring those stories.
I got 2 videos
Man, they had stories.
See, people come up and they go, all right, you guys, I have something to show you, but don't laugh. And I'm going, we're not going to laugh.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we live for. And they are asking for an avenue for somebody to be there so they can come up and say, you know what, I got this photograph 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or last week or yesterday. I need to show it to somebody. Can you take it and give it to somebody who who knows how to, look these things up and see what we got? And that's the whole idea. And people were coming up with stories, but we got a couple of videos, all right? And I've already got permission to use both of them on the TV show. So that's what it's all about, all right? And
see, now they're asking in chat, can they get it on the East Coast?
Not yet.
We're
working on it.
Conundrum on we're not going to stop the internet show, and we actually can talk more.
See,
you could go more in depth, and talk about a broader range of things on the internet show.
Right.
So the internet people probably are going to get a better deal out of the thing.
We have to play the game with the big boys, and what I mean by that is if you get put on a national TV show network, NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, CNN, and MSNBC, anything like that, you can only talk about certain subjects. All right. If you're on the internet, you can talk about whatever you want, almost whatever you want, unless they cut you off or whatever. But on the TV show, we're going to be tamed. I mean, we're going to admit to you, we're going to have to be tamed, because if we get asked to sign on the dotted line and keep on going, then we are only going to be allowed to show and talk about certain subjects. That's just the way it is. All right. But on the internet, it's a totally different story. But on the TV show, we're going to show you stuff just like we do here, but we're going to bring on the people who took that photo, who took that video. We're going to bring in famous people for you guys. All right. Again.
And we're working for it to be national.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it'll be in probably 2 markets to start with, and we're hoping to be syndicated pretty quick.
The production guys that I hired to do this, and Alan and I were talking about this before the show, and when you find guys who dig this stuff and who get into it, they're going to give you their 150% and make your show what they want it to be: fun, enjoyable to watch, cool, one of a kind. And when we were at the Tulare Sci-Fi Con today, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of pictures. For those who are not on Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and pop them up right now on live stream. And I'm going to show you. Let me get my glasses on because I'm just a blind freaking.
And the Sci-Fi Con was so fun. We set up a little cot. And
oh, you know what? We didn't even take a picture of that, did we?
And we probably could get some pictures of it. Because so many were taken. But we put a couple of aliens.
These guys back here. Yeah. We took them with us.
And we were telling people, lay on the cot or headlock the alien and take pictures and put it on your Facebook or whatever.
Right.
And, all these little kids are in there, and most of them wouldn't even get near these guys, man. It was funny.
What I like to do is I like to bring you guys stuff that you guys never seen before, and in props as well. You guys, those look pretty damn real.
Yeah.
All right, they do. Right now, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I am having, Danny Valdrama, thank you, sent me a link to a Hollywood special effects guy. And he is, I sent him a message, and he is building me a 7-foot lifelike creature, furry creature, Bigfoot, that we're going to put on the set of the TV show. I mean, come on, you guys. Are you kidding me? I mean, I have a Bigfoot back here, but that's nothing compared to what this guy is going to do for me. And this guy's going to be on the set of the show Paranormal Central, a 7-foot tall Sasquatch. Are you kidding me? And he's actually giving me an extra head so I can take the head off and put another one on so it's like angry and mean or just normal. Are you kidding me?
Or we can make it headless.
So where on TV do you get that? Right? And I'm not going to stop there. I mean, I'm gonna bring in statues of monsters, and I'm, as budget gives us, I'm gonna make the set look freaking cool. I have great ideas.
We'll bring it out. We'll roll it out for you guys. We're not gonna hide it from you. Once it goes on TV, then we can bring it in here too.
Right. Then we'll probably, well, not here. I'll probably end up putting it like maybe behind me. But it's 7 foot. I'm 6'2", so this thing is a good size Bigfoot. It's gonna be realistic, and the guy is psyched. The guy who's building it for me is making it from scratch. I mean, hair, everything, molding, everything, and he's psyched because it's going to be on the Fox network, and it's only going to be publicity for him. He's going to say, look on Paranormal Central, that's my freaking Bigfoot on the set. Okay, so he's taking his time and he's building it. So man, are you kidding me? Am I excited about this? Absolutely. I have, like for example, we went, as you right now on the video is the Jeepers Creepers truck. Okay, I just wanted to show that to you. I did some interviews with some people today. At the Tillery Sci-Fi, and I interviewed about 5 or 6 different people, but you can be serious and you can have fun also. And while we were out there, I had a blast with the production guys because we did some stuff. I'm not going to tell you how we did the interviews and what we did, but you guys are going to laugh your ass off when you guys see this, all right, because it's going to be funny. I can make fools of myself, fool out of myself. I don't care. If it's gonna make the show really cool and fun, and I'm gonna do it. I don't care. It's gonna be all for you guys, for everybody. So I can't wait. The show is really. We're gonna actually have a celebrity coming down this week into the studio. We're gonna shoot him, and
then we're gonna bury him right back here. We're gonna shoot him and then bury him.
Yeah. Let me see.
I hope you're not listening. No,
really.
He won't come.
Cancel.
Gonna bury me.
Let me
give
go
him the cement shoes. Throw him in
the
pool.
A copy of the DeLorean. I'm talking about Back to the Future. We did, shot some stuff here. I'm not going to tell you how, where, why, or any specifics, but I'm showing right now for those on Dark Matter. I am showing the DeLorean for Back to the Future, and let me go pull up another photograph.
There were so many people, like
Batman.
They came up and they were telling us like ghost stories. Mm-hmm. One guy was telling us about a giant bird that was in a tree that was eating the fruit in the tree, and it was huge. I heard a dozen UFO stories. Like some of them were fast and high, and some of them were low and slow and noiseless, and some were like a mile wide, some were triangles. It went on, and even little kids were giving us stories, like talking about the UFO they saw, and it was really fun. I really do believe that everybody has a story.
Absolutely.
And it was really, like, I like doing those things because you get to sit there and shake their hand and look in their eyes, and you could tell
that they're serious.
They're telling the truth.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially the little kids. They won't get near the alien because they're totally afraid of it. But they'll tell you about the little guy that plays in their room or something. It's like, wow.
Right. So yeah, we had a blast. So anyways, a lot of the film that we shot today is going to be for the TV show. Right now I'm just showing you pictures of the facility and all that kind of stuff. It was done really well. This is their second year. I talked to the organizer, the person in charge, and if they made some money for the charity, then they'll do it again next year. And we're going to be there next year. If they are having it, I told them we are there. So very cool. All right. Alan, can you do me a favor and see if you can make that flash drive work for me?
I'll see what I can do.
So what Alan is going to do is, last week when we were talking, what ticks me off, you guys, is I'm an honest person, all right? And for all those who know me, that's just the type of person I am, all right? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a very religious person. I just don't do that. And when we talk about the stuff that we do here, and then when people start slamming us on, let's say, Facebook and on chat, on live stream, and on YouTube and leave comments that we are just a bunch of liars. We don't do that. You guys have no clue what you guys are doing. You guys are fibbing. There's no way you guys are pulling all this stuff and getting all this great evidence. And you don't climb trees, Jeff. Why are you lying to us? Okay, well, on my Sony Handycam, I forgot I had an SD card in there. And while we were at the Tulare Sci-Fi Con today, Alan had his laptop, and we popped in the CD card, and it brought up all these videos. And I'm going, holy mackerel. Remember last week we were telling you about the tree that's 85 foot up that had the stripped bark on the limb and the pieces of firewood up there? Well, I got video of that, and it's on that SD card. When we downloaded it on the flash drive to the main computer here, it didn't want to play for some reason. So what he's going to do right now is he's going to try to fix that, and then we're going to download the videos. But I was able to get some pictures to show you that, and I'm going to show you right now on live stream that I actually do what I say I do. All right, and I believe you are looking at me right now. Okay, that's me gaffing up a tree. I started doing this about 2 years ago. I think I am the first one to do this.
Can you tweet it to Art Bell?
You'll have to do it for me.
Oh.
Okay, so, tweet it. Okay, crap. See, Emerald was the one who does all this, you guys, and I can't do it right now. So, that's me. I'm about 10, 11 feet up a tree, and as you can see right there, I'm circling the camera, and I am up there doing what I said I do. All right, I'm not lying to you guys. Okay, let me put up another photograph. This one is again me, and that is Robert down there, and again I am up a tree, and I am gapping, and I'm putting a couple of cameras right up there. I like to say I'm the first one who started this, only because I am a certified climber using gaps. Why? Because I work for the phone company. And I said last week, I am afraid of heights. Yes, I am afraid of heights. So I almost didn't get this job because I am afraid of heights. But this height right here doesn't kill me. It doesn't scare me. All right. So the whole idea here is to place cameras facing in a downward position, because Bigfoots, when they're walking, they're not walking with their face up a tree. Maybe they might be, but they're usually looking, below them where they're going. And a lot of the guys place their cameras at waist high, knee high, pointing sort of kind of upward. And I think the Bigfoots, if the Bigfoot investigators go to a certain location a lot, they're going to know what to look for. And that's why they're not getting any photographs, man. You're going to have to put them up high. As long as the Bigfoot don't see you put them up high, well, then you're okay. So there you go. There's a picture of me up there on a tree with and then I'm going to get a little close one here. And that's me again with my fat, up there, and the gaffs. And I'm screwing in a hook to mount the camera on facing downward. So like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I do this stuff. All right. Now I'm going to let Alan. Hopefully he can pull up the videos, and I'm going to show you the tree with the firewood and all that, like we talked about last week. So I'm going to do that. Let me go back on here real quick. Danny, number 3. I didn't see that. Okay. Oh, let me put this up real quick. And I think they're watching us right now, Jordan and his wife. It's kind of cool when we're at stuff like this, people come up and they, hey, we've been watching you guys for 2 years. And, Jordan and his wife are big time followers of us, which is kind of cool. I appreciate you guys following us like that and listening to our show on Sundays. And it's cool. It's really cool. It makes me feel good because I know we're doing something right here. All right. I know we are. And people come up and shake our hands all the time and say, dude, we follow you. We love your feed on Facebook. Keep doing what you're doing. And I am. We're not going to stop here, you guys. All right. Because we're just having too much fun Wait, like I said, wait for the TV show. I have God, I'm not even going. So many great ideas. So all right, enough of that. Okay. We were, as a matter of fact, let's see. I think it was Dar or Don. I'm not sure who put the video or a picture up. You know, when I started doing this with the Sanger Paranormal Society 13 years ago. Let me get out of here. Go to camera. Okay. You know, I was wondering why so much paranormal activity in Fresno? Why? I mean, UFO sightings all the time. People witnessing creatures in front of their yards, gnomes, 3-foot creatures walking across somebody's yard, you know, like aliens, abductions, then Bigfoots down in the valley floor, missing people in the mountains. Why? Why is all this happening in Fresno? And then I think it was Donna or Dara. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I don't remember who it was, but she found a picture, and the picture had California, and it was like 4 markings or 5 markings on there. One was Mount Shasta, the other one was Edwards Air Force Base right around there, and the other one was Fresno, and they were marked vortexes. I'm going, now I wanted to get some more information. Where did they get the information on why is Fresno marked as a vortex? And that at this point in time, I know she sent and posted stuff on my Facebook wall. I didn't get to read it because I was at Chillericon. But if somebody already suggested my theory that Fresno, there's some crazy going on in Fresno, a possible vortex, then I want to say I think that's probably correct. And that's why I believe there's a military base here. And I believe that where there are vortexes or marked vortexes, according to some people, there are military bases there. And I think they placed the military base there a long time ago because they found out there's some crazy stuff happening there. And either it's underground or whatever. But again, Fresno is one of those weird places. All right. Now, 4 years ago and 3 years ago, and I think this is where Art Bell heard about us. And I'm going to play a video that I haven't played in a long time. So, unfortunately, I can't give it to Art Bell. I'm going to play it here on live stream. But you guys who are in Art Bell, who are listening, could come back and watch the video. Again, we're not just talk show hosts here. And this is going you guys are going to enjoy this. All right. I'm going to show you a video right now. Wherever there are high paranormal activity, I will go to that area and I will go investigate by hiking, by driving, looking around that area to see if there's anything out of the ordinary, anything weird looking, something that's not supposed to be there. And one day I did that. Let's just say north of Fresno. I went hiking with a friend, Justin, and he spotted something. And we verified it by going to the location, and I took some video. I'm not going to tell you where this is at. For those who are watching me, probably already know, but I need to keep this top secret. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you the video. Here we go. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Okay. And here we go.
If that was an old copper mine.
Watch the window of that car.
It might be like an old copper mine.
Now I'm going to turn off the audio because I want to narrate it myself. We found this north of Fresno. All right. Very old structures. What are they? Well, we're now there. Okay. I had somebody on Facebook, a friend from LA. His name is Alex Chinetti. He's actually done work on ancient aliens. He's into the ancient ruins in Peru and Cancun and Mexico. He knows all about the pyramids and stuff. And one day I decided to send him some photographs. And I said, hey, Alex, what do you think these are? And he goes, where are those? And I said, well, they're sort of kind of here in Fresno. Now you're looking at this, and there are some artist pieces on here around this area, and there is some, and you're looking right now, some statues, okay, whatever, but look at the bigger structures. All right, there is stuff there that is from this era, but there are some structures there that I want you to really, really look at. And I'm going to, not this part right here, looking at right here, this is, you know, cement, this is of this. Okay, this is what I'm intrigued by right here. Okay, that's Robert Scott walking up there. Do you guys see this? This is buried under dirt. All right, that's emerald. Oh my God, that's emerald. Oh no, emerald. This was a while back, okay? We found this. All right, you guys are looking at this. Doesn't this look like, and it's at an angle, doesn't this look like something you would see like in the pyramids of Mexico? Right? And it's buried. This is all buried. And I believe there is still much more buried. Now, what's kind of weird is that where this is at is where we got a lot of UFO sightings.
We have no video.
What do you mean no video? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Okay, let's start over.
That's what you get. Keith's going to say, that's what
Thank you. The wife came in yelling at me right now. You have no video. See, I would have known it because Alan would have been on the chat and you would have. Okay, here we go. So now we should be fine. Screen. Okay. So here we go. Back to I'm walking up to the location right now. And here you go. Let's go. I'm so sorry, you guys. There is a structure, possibly a very large structure, buried under tons and tons of dirt. Now that's, you know, brick right there. That was placed there at a later date. But you have all this here. Okay. This rock formation. Look at this. This is buried. And again, that's emerald. Okay, never mind the brick stuff, all right? That was placed there at a later date. But look at all the rock structure that is buried under tons and tons of dirt. Now, this part here, like I said, the cement, the artist structure, artist statues, the owner, I think, just put this there just to goof around, all right? Doesn't mean anything. But what I want you to focus on is the larger structure. Now this part right here, these columns they have wrought iron in it, which is of this, you know, era. I don't want you to, like this part right here, you know, don't even, that's this generation, don't. But this right here is what I want you to focus on.
It's not gonna do it.
No, okay. This is buried, you guys, under tons and tons of dirt. This is in Fresno, California. This is the location where all the paranormal stuff happens. Don't you find that interesting? All right. Now look at the slant part of this wall. Again, this is all buried under tons and tons of dirt. Somebody was telling me that they were doing gold mining here, or maybe possibly copper mining here. I'm taking that into consideration, but this is a lot of work for copper mining and gold mining. I found out that if you were gold mining, where they came in and they would settle and in tents and whatever, and, you know, mine for gold, and then after retrieving as much gold as you can, then move to another location. So why would you build structures like this? All right. Again, these statues mean absolutely nothing, but it's the larger part of the structures is what I'm trying for you guys to focus on. And I will show you again right now. Hold on. But yeah, I find this very, very. See that hill behind it? I believe there's a large structure underneath that hill. That's just my theory. That's just my theory. That this structure goes all the way underneath that hill, like a pyramid. Huh? Like a pyramid. This is a lot of UFO sightings at this location, and look at this right here. All right, not the statue part, but look at this pit. Look at how well it's been built into the ground. There is a bunch of twigs and branches put in there, but I think that it was there to cover up whatever's in it. But anyway, see, as you can see, that's buried. All right, you guys? That's in Fresno, California. I wonder what else is here in Fresno. How did we find this? It's because I get off my ass and I go out and I go hiking and looking for stuff for you guys. And this is what I find. All right. Now let me pause this. Do you see this part right here I'm circling? If you go to the pyramids in Mexico, Cancun, when they build structures, they'll in the structures, you know, they'll put stones and different levels of stones for creative purposes, right? Do you see this right here? This stone? It was built, you know, when they were building this wall, then all of a sudden it comes out a little bit and then it continues on. You know, what would be the purpose of that? You know, why would they do that? It's because whoever built this, they were structure builders and very, they knew what they were doing. And why they did this, I don't know. But let me play it some more. So, okay, so this is what I'm trying to tell you about Fresno. Look at all this that's buried still. It's buried under a lot of dirt. What the hell? What the hell? All right, you guys? This is what I'm all about here. My idea, my intent here is to find out what's going on in Fresno, California. All right. I actually, I had this video on YouTube at one point, and it got up to almost 70,000 views until it was, the owner of the property told me to take it down, and I did. But while it was up, I actually called the archaeology department in Sacramento, government offices, and I said, hey, I want you guys to I want to show you something. I had the head guy on the phone, and I told him to go to the YouTube. Okay, well, we lost the video part, you guys. I'm so sorry. That is weird. I hope I didn't lose the first part of the show. So, yeah, broadcast ended. Yes, thank you. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Why it did that? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me go into live stream and make sure that it saved it, because if you guys all saw that video right now, then the people who are on Art Bell or people want to come and see it are not going to be able to see it because it's gone. That is not right. Hold on. Hold on here. Let's hope and pray that it came up here. So all you guys in Art Bell right now, I know I'm just talking to myself, but oh my God, it didn't save it. Are you kidding me? Wow. That just, wow. So maybe we need to go to YouTube, huh, Keith?
Can he embed that?
Huh?
Can he embed that?
Well, you know what? The video, the first part of the video, I'm hoping it saved it to the hard drive, but it didn't save it to live stream. Did not save. No, it didn't save it. Wow, that is the first time that has ever happened, because I showed that stupid video. It didn't save it. So we lost the whole first part of the show.
What a trip.
Okay, you guys. Oh, crapola. Wow. Wow. Okay. So for all those who saw that video right now, it's gone. The whole first part of the show is gone. Danny Valderrama's Squatch Report is gone.
Maybe they didn't even see it.
So for all those who just saw the video right now, you guys lucked out, because I can't put up part one because there's no part one. It didn't save. Wow. That just freaking, wait. Oh no, there it is. Oh God. Part one, there it is. Nope, it saved it, guys. Oh. Government shut you down. Yes, they did. You know, guys, am I putting you guys on? No, I am not putting you guys on. But there it is. Part one. Save as a draft. save. I'm trying to find it so I can publish it right now before I lose it. Hold on. This is cool, guys. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm just jabbering right now on the art bell, but it's here. I just got to find it now. Part 1. Okay, draft. How do you publish it? Oh, no. Publish on save. There he goes. What was that? That's cool. Okay. So I think now I just saved it. Yes, I did. Yes, there it is. Government did not shut me down. Part 1 is saved. So art bell people, if you guys are like freaking out, don't have to. I found it. It was hidden away. And I just placed it right now on live stream. So it is saved as part 1. Cool. All right. Right now, Alan is doing his stuff. He's trying to get those videos to come up. He's having a hard time.
I don't think it's going to.
Wow, that's crazy. So, okay, that's cool. Come on up back if you don't want. That's cool. So, all right, right now, I'll tell you what. It's 6:20 on our end. If anybody wants to call in, we're not going to have Heidi Hollis today. She's out doing some stuff. So, if anybody want to call in and talk about some stories, want to ask us some questions, call in right now. We have a hotline number for all those who don't know. It's area code 559-287-8367. It is also on our website at paranormalcentral.net. A lot of people want to know also the song that's opened, that the song that we used on the opening and closing. I have an in-house band, Possessed Tranquility. They are on the website. I found this band, and they are my house band. So the new, our TV show per se is a talk show like David Letterman, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. I have my own band. These guys are my band. They actually went and wrote a song called, oh my God, Unknown. What's the name of the song? The opening song? I'm so tired right now.
Me too.
I can't think right now. I'm so sorry, you guys.
I'm gonna tweet a couple of.
You're gonna tweet
pictures of the things you were talking about.
Okay, so Alan's gonna be tweeting some stuff to the Art Bell. Okay, so but anyways, Possessed Tranquility is our official house band. You can go to the website at paranormalcentral.net, and there is a link there for the band. You can go purchase that song, and you can go ahead and buy the opening song if you guys want. And there you go. Hello, you are on Paranormal Central.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Who's this?
Tony.
Tony.
Calling from Port Hueneme or Oxnard.
Right on.
Actually.
Okay, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Hey, I was going to tell a story. Last time I called up, I was going to tell a story. You guys were in a bit of a rush at that time.
Okay.
I think if it's cool, I'll just tell it now. It's very interesting. It came out feeling like a dream, but it proved it poked its evil head as being something more of reality than a dream. It just somehow comes off, feeling like, well, it had to have been a dream, but I don't think it was. And it was really weird. I was in my apartment. Is that cool?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, as long as it's not too long, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It seemed like a bunch of people were just looking up in my apartment building parking lot, and then they were looking down. I looked down, and there was a UFO parked in the parking lot, not in a parking space because there was roofs adjacent. But somebody said, I can't believe nobody's going up to that thing. And then somebody else said, why don't you go up to it? It wouldn't hurt. I said, I don't know if it wouldn't hurt or not.
This thing was on the parking lot.
Yeah.
It was daytime or nighttime?
It was nighttime, but it was it wasn't real late.
Right.
And that's what freaked me out. It seemed like all the people, nobody was calling, making an attempt to call authorities. They were just staring at it. So they were like in a daze. So I went up to it, and there was like what appeared to be an astronaut in a suit for like, it looked like some kind of thing on the side of where the seam to the door would be. And I just had a inkling to press it, and I did. When I did, it pushed in like a button, and all of a sudden the door started to open, and there was a lot of air pressure released. And this guy came around the corner, and he kind of looked at me for a second, like, aren't you going to do anything? And then he was in like a surgery suit, which was reminiscent of something, you know, that I could say would be familiar. And so when I looked at him, though, his eyes were a little bigger, and a lot bigger, actually, but they weren't open. They were slit. So I just figured it was an Oriental guy, you know?
Okay.
And so he nodded at me, you know, well, come on aboard. Don't just stand there. So I went aboard, and as soon as I did, the hallway veered off to the right. And as soon as I followed him around, the next thing I know, it was kind of dark, and I was kind of spooked out, but there was a hallway, and it presented itself with little lights at the bottom seams of each wall, right where you would have the floorboards. It was kind of a liquid, and it was, I guess it was the lighting, you know, to this craft. But when I looked down the hallway, it was bigger than the UFO by a long shot. It was like a building. So I started following the guy, and I noticed a dog come up to me and gently grabbed my wrist with its, it was like a German Shepherd, like a white German Shepherd, with like little rubber things on its teeth. And another one came up to me with an apparatus on its chest, and it clamped my lower thigh around my knee, so that when I walked, it would just kind of go with my walk, and it was like security. And it was unbelievable. And I was frightened a little bit, you know, but for some reason, you know, I just followed the guy to this room, and he just kind of kept going, and this woman kind of took charge, and the dogs led me in the room. And I walked in there, and there was a table, and the only thing I could think of is this stuff that was on the table looked like 1945 autopsy equipment. Absolutely antique for the environment I was in. And it looked very modern. The environment looked very modern and way ahead of its time. The hallway, everything. But I looked at the one dog, the white dog stayed behind and just looked at me. The one with the rubber things on its teeth. And the other dog left my leg alone and just exited the room. And then there's this lady, you know, the one that ushered me in. She grabbed something out of the wall. She looked like she was definitely Oriental, but her eyes weren't near as big as the other guy. And only thing about her that caught my attention, she had like a mustache. Like some girls have mustaches, you know?
Okay.
And yeah, and it kind of threw me for a loop because, you know, you're looking at an Asian person with a mustache, really avant-garde. And anyway, she grabbed something out of the wall and started talking, and it was almost as if she was talking into the device, but I think she was just talking, and for some reason, my hearing was cut off, and I was not able to hear a thing that she was saying. And that this object she had in her hand was about as big as a 1950s walkie-talkie. And I think it did a lot more than just, I don't think it was for communication. I think she was scanning me or something with it. And anyway, she finally decides to put it back in the wall, and it's right into the wall. And she kind of walks out of the room. The white dog watching me.
Right.
And I looked at the table, and there was some rubber gloves on the autopsy, what looked like autopsy equipment table. And I thought, well, if I grab those rubber gloves and put them in my trench coat, if people let me go, I'll at least have some proof. I think that I was on here, at least to myself.
Right.
You know?
Well, okay. Well, now I don't know how long you were in there, but
it's almost running to an end.
Okay. Go for it.
And then then I saw a little window, and there were, in fact, what looked like shelves with closed dual panels on them, so there was no way, buttons or anything to get into them. So I just left them alone, walked over to the window, and it was like freezing rain is when it's really bad, all over the trees. I don't know where they took me, but they took me from where my desert home was in the heat to a very, very cold environment. And I was afraid they were going to let me out in it, you know. So anyway, I had the gloves underneath my trench coat in the pocket, and nobody, you know, the dog didn't seem to mind. And at that point, the dream kind of just dissipates. But is very peculiar because everything that I was seeing was very, very realistic. And when I tried to claim, you know, hey, that must have been a dream, for something as detailed as that dream was, I don't think it was a dream.
Well, okay, now if when you're saying that there's other people at your apartment complex looking at this thing, then obviously you know who those people are, right?
That's exactly true.
Okay.
And the next day, I was out trolling around looking for somebody to connect with.
Right.
And none of the people that I saw there, and there was only about 3 or 4 I actually paid attention to. The rest I really didn't pay attention to. I was looking at the UFO.
It's that one over here.
So I was looking for those 3 people, and I did not find them. And when I did, I became almost fearful of asking them, do you remember standing there and seeing something? Because I wasn't absolutely 100% sure this exact person was standing there. For some reason, at the time, it threw me. It kind of gave me like post-traumatic stress syndrome, a little bit of it, because it shocked me so much.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I just gave up, and I said, I just think it was an event. I can't explain it, but I do not think it was a dream.
Well, like I said, the only way you can confirm something like that is if you remember in your dream the specific people that were out in your apartment complex and going up to them and verifying, you know, if they say...
2 of them, at least 2 of them were complete strangers.
Uh-huh.
The one that I think I recognized when I woke up, by the time I woke up that morning, and, you know, I tried to convince myself that was a dream.
Right.
And I was, like, not convinced because it was like, you know, I was really there. It was just outside my apartment complex.
Mm-hmm.
And those people were standing out there, but I was paying attention to the UFO.
Right.
The crux of this is I really didn't connect with somebody that I know from the apartment complex because I really wasn't 100% sure they would think I had my marbles together if I did ask them.
Right. Well, I mean, in order to ask somebody like that, you just have to say, you know, last. Well, no, actually, last night you just have to say, like, last night. Do you remember experiencing anything weird out here, you know, last night? And if they say, what are you talking about? You know, sometimes if you do experience, depending if there's a lot of people, they're not going to fess up to it because to them it was just a dream. And if they finally realized it wasn't a dream, they're not going to tell you if it was real. Because then obviously if people of that caliber that are not believers...
This is the thing, Jeff. I think that what's really happening is they interweave reality into times when you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it on purpose because it helps them to achieve almost the forgetfulness, the psychosis where you actually forget and just convince yourself it's a dream and the matter goes away.
Right.
And I think they implant their abductions that way, and that's how to self-regress yourself.
Right.
You realize what are dreams and what are really reality that are posing as dreams.
Right. Well, you know, okay, well, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for the story.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, see ya. You
Yeah,
know,
bye.
we had somebody on, I'm going to say about 3 or 4 months ago, who, when they were young, their father was a pilot. And it was the daughter and the son, and they were both, all 3 of them were flying in a Cessna airplane, right? I'm not sure exactly where. And what happened is in mid-flight is a spaceship. To them, it was like a very large craft, came right beside them. And you know, the reason why they remember it now I'm going to go through it really quick, is that they felt that they were abducted. But the only problem is they don't remember landing the plane. They don't remember going home. They don't remember getting into a car, then going home. And what happened years later, after the father passed away, is something jotted their mind. I don't know if it was a word, a vision that they saw. That's, you know, because I think it was her that says, "Wait a minute, and I remember flying with Dad," and you know, and then so, you know, that can be done. They can definitely do something to your brain, your mind, for you not to remember things. And we've had many cases of that.
Like all of them. I asked all the people that were sharing UFO stories. Even if it was just like they were saying they were hovering over the car.
Right.
Do you remember if there was any lost time? Because that's the one you get from everybody. And then I got a question out of that. This is a good question off chat.
Okay.
It says, if you actually caught a Bigfoot, how would you go about keeping the government from stepping in because they're desperate to hide the truth?
We have plans.
We do.
We already have plans set. All right. We've had meetings with a couple of people. And I'm sorry, but I cannot tell you because we don't know who you are. But we well,
we don't want to say it on here,
no,
or even type it.
No,
like
no.
We get shut down, like our internet, like our Skype, and like when he showed that video right now, and it shut the internet down.
See, it shouldn't have done that. And I'm going to tell you guys right now why. On live stream, we have numbers that represent the streaming activity on this particular program through live stream, and it's given us the CPU percentage being used at the time. Before we didn't have this computer system that I just purchased for $1,500. That's, I mean, almost top of the line, right? It's good. It's good.
It's
it's better. It's better than what we had before. A lot better.
Well, if I was gonna like buy parts for that, that the computer would be around $3,500.
Okay.
So, but only I got a deal. I did some, stuff
through Newegg and one that was already built, and they sold
it's
it
an i7 quad core, 4.0 gigahertz with 16 gigs of RAM, with the top of the line 970, I think it is, video card. And I mean, and all really top of the line stuff, and an SSD with the Windows operating system, and a 1 gigabyte or 1 terabyte
hard drive.
Yeah, the hard drive that you save all, like for storage and stuff like that.
Right.
But the SSD is fast. Okay, the i7 4.0 gigahertz, that's fast. All right, and i7 with the motherboard alone all by itself is like $500. Okay. The processor, if I buy it all by itself, is $800. So I mean, and then you're running a really high broadband that you pay extra for.
I'm was it 50 meg or 100?
I think it's 100 megs.
Okay, I'm paying right now, you guys, 100 meg through Comcast to make sure we don't lose streaming quality for you guys. All right, that's what I'm paying extra per month. Plus, I am paying extra for live stream. For some extra stuff too, so that's coming out of my that's coming out of my own pocket. So I'm paying per month, so you guys will not have to lose the quality. I mean, look at the quality of video right now. It's HD quality, all right, because of the computer that I purchased and the extra bandwidth on the internet that I'm paying. And
so it could run a higher signal.
Yeah, higher signal.
But back to the question.
Okay. Right.
If we have plans, and I mean we talk about this. This is something that's really cool, that was fun about what we did today.
Right.
There's all these people, and we have like a stack of pictures this big of research that like Jeff up in trees, and everybody with their audio equipment. And we've talked about what it, like we're not gonna. We can't. Like somebody said, are you gonna bring it back alive? Like no. Like we don't have that. We don't have the capability to do.
Okay, you mean if we shoot a Bigfoot, can we take it to a veterinarian per se or a doctor to
revive it? No.
That ain't gonna happen.
It'll be dead, and it'll probably go to a scientist. And then they said, "Are they onto us?" Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
We took Finding Bigfoot to our spot, and we had to get a permit to do the video shoot for it. And the very next month,
actually a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
okay.
There was a gate on the road.
Not just a gate, you guys. All right. So let's say you have an entrance to a dirt road, and then obviously around the entrance of this particular dirt road, you have bushes and trees, and
you could like take your 4x4 around the gate. Right?
Okay. Well, what they did is they put a gate. Actually, the gate was already there, wasn't it? No. Or was it the gate? Did they already?
No, they started putting the fence.
Okay,
remember
the fence. Okay, what they did is they put the gate was already there, but they went and got. And what I mean by fence is
it's
pipe,
like steel
pipe, and they built a railing around the entrance of the road. So you cannot now try to sneak around this gate because there is now barricades, and they came in with machinery and put this there after Finding Bigfoot went up to the spot.
And we've been going there a while.
Yeah.
And David Rigoso, our good friend, that's been going there even longer than us, and go there all year round. Right now, all of a sudden, now we can't go there until they open the gate.
Right.
And especially me. I mean, these guys can go, but you have to walk, right? And it's like a 3-mile hike one way down in there in the valley where these Bigfoot live, and then 3 miles back up out of there. And I've done it once or twice
and almost died.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm laying down on the bed for a whole week,
right? Because
I push myself to do this stuff. But like, you could rest assured, we got a plan. We've been talking about it. We can't say
no.
We take our cell phones and lock them when we talk about these things. No cell devices, right? We put them in a Faraday cage and turn on noise in there, and we talk about these things where we're not online. We don't tweet it, we don't PM it, we don't message it, we don't.
We have steps that in plan. Then when this does occur, and it will, I'm not going to say we're going to be the first ones to shoot one, but it needs to be done, and I'm not embarrassed to say it.
No.
Okay.
Kathy Strain said she'll take one out like tomorrow if she could.
And
she's a scientist, and that's what they need.
She works with the government, and she knows that.
It doesn't mean we hate Bigfoot and we want to kill them all.
No.
It just means that to settle it once and for all, and to get the protection it needs, and that sadly is what really has to
now
happen.
Why doesn't the government want this to come out? We've been trying to figure that out for a long time.
Have we ever been followed by the mystery van? Oh yeah.
That plus white vehicles. For example, when chasing UFOs, we're down here for 8 days. Right? Yeah. 8 days filming for the episode. For all those who don't know,
well, actually, it was more than that.
Was it?
Because when the
Chain was down here for a week before.
Yeah, about a week and a half.
Wow.
And so they hired me, and we went and we bought all the permits, and we went everywhere. And you should tell them what they did to Shane.
Well, Shane is the producer on the project. She was sent out here a week and a half before the crew arrived with the camera crews and the and she was here to make sure all the sites, the locations were ready to go. The food was here, the hotels, the permits were taken care of, the locations to shoot. Shane came down, and her first spot, I don't know if it was the first place she went, but she went to the National Guard down here on McKinley Avenue, and she drove up the front, and she introduced herself, gave the business card. Now, Shane is a very petite girl. She's about size 4'5", 4'5", or something like that.
Yeah, 4'5".
Okay, and the military,
like 90 pounds.
military personnel there at the gate held her hostage with AR-15s.
Yep.
And they were freaking out because she was there. Like, what? And she was freaking out. Like, what? Why are you guys holding me with guns? And I'm telling you who I am. I don't know exactly what happened. I think they let her go. But after that, she was being followed everywhere she went by Fresno PD.
And unmarked.
And unmarked cars. Now, okay, for all those who don't know, there was a show that came out last year or 2 years ago, probably 2 years ago. And it's called Chasing UFOs. It had Aaron Ryder.
It was 2012.
2012, that long ago? 3 years ago, guys. I don't know if you guys remember seeing it. It had James Fox, Aaron Ryder from Destination Truth, and Ben McGee. Yeah, Ben McGee. That's the Renee of the group, who tries to debunk everything. And they came down to Fresno to shoot an episode. For all those who remember, that's the episode. And you can go to YouTube right now, type in Chasing UFOs, and the name of the episode was called Dirty Secrets. For those who haven't seen it, go check it out, because
you'll see the white van.
Okay. And you know what? A lot of people were saying that was a setup. Bull. S-H-I-T.
No, a lot of reality shows are
yes.
set up. This wasn't. I mean, this one, in fact, they were tripping out. These guys tripped out because...
And you will see my...
we're not going to see no van, and then all of a sudden, here comes this van, four-wheel drive van with all kinds of stuff
You can see my expression when we see this van drive out where we were at, which is the levee, and I went, yes! And they were probably looking at me, probably going, it was staged. It was staged. I'm pretty sure that's what they were thinking, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, that is what they thought. Afterwards, because I was working with them, I had to stay with them. So Jeffrey would go home,
Yeah, I would sleep.
And then we would go back to the hotel and unload everything. And that's all they wanted to talk about was how it was staged. But only me and Shane, because now that video that just shut him off,
right? Oh, you want to talk about that?
This is connected to that video.
All right, we're going to tell you what happened there.
That's why it shut him off.
Okay.
And we're going to tell you.
Okay, here we go. All right, ready? Hope we don't get in trouble.
They'll just shut us off.
When Shane was here the week before preparing for the crew to come in, I kept bugging her. I said, man, I have to take you to the spot. I have to take you to the spot. It's killer. You could maybe get a permit or from the owner to shoot here. And she finally gave in. So it was me, Shane, Alan, and his brother Jimmy.
Yep.
We were in my truck, and we drove up the hill to the spot where the video that I just showed you, okay? We drive up to the top of the hill where this house is at. And I knocked on the door, and the guy answers, and I said, hi. I just acquiring about, the ruins that you got down there. Do you mind if we talk to you about it? And he goes, okay, hold on. So he goes inside and puts on some clothes and a jacket or shoes or whatever. And he comes out and he goes, so what do you guys want to know? Like that, right? And we walk to the edge of the property, and we look down at the ruins, and we're talking. And Shane, I think at that time, Shane identifies herself as who she is, and wanting to know more about the ruins. And we said, do you mind if we go down there? And he kind of paused for a little bit, and he says, all right, let's go. So we walk down the hill from his house, and we walk to the ruins, guys. The video that you saw was not taken at that time, all right? So the producer, myself, Alan, and Jimmy were down there walking around. And check this out. Okay, this is good. This is good.
This is a trip.
Okay, the guy who was the owner of the property, I guess, that came out of the house, was walking with Shane in front of me, and then Alan, and then Jimmy were in back. And Shane goes, it was trying to get him to give us permission to film down there. And then just Shane out of the blue said, well, have you ever seen anything weird down here? And then he kind of like paused a little bit, and he looked at me, and he goes, why don't you ask him? He knows.
Yeah, pointed at Jeff.
Okay, and I'm all,
ask him.
And right there, my stomach went boom.
Like,
and
how did
went,
he know that?
And then I looked at Alan.
Never met him.
No, I looked at Alan, and Alan looked at me and Jimmy, and we went. And Shane goes, And at that point in time, it was tripping. He has no idea who I was, doesn't know my name, had no clue. I didn't have Paranormal Central or Sanger Paranormal Society printed on the side of the pickup. All right? I know I'm a doofus and a nerd, but I don't do that. All right? He had no clue who I was. But he said, ask your friend, which was me. He knows. And I'm like, what the effing Franken did he just say? And then we stopped, and he opened up a little bit because, we started asking him questions. And I don't remember quite exactly word for word, but he started to identify each one of us by giving us hints about our life.
Like our birth sign?
Just weird stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And then...
where we were born.
And then I just said, out of the blue, I said, all right, have you ever seen anything crazy down here? And
it is private property.
Yes, private property. And then he stopped and he said, well, I did see an alien down here once.
Yeah.
And we just froze, and you could hear a pin drop. And Shane looked at me, the producer, and she's freaking out. Well, what happened before that is the property personnel was telling Shane about her and what she was doing, and she was tripping out because, like, how did this guy know who I am?
Yeah, he knew about the TV producer that we brought there. And not only that, and then he was threatening her, kind of like.
This is what he said. He goes, you know that you can get shut down, that your show might not get played. This episode might not get played. And she's going, what do you mean? I'm just telling you, your episode might not get played. And we're just like, what the fracking did he just say? And he's, we're tripping. We are totally tripping. Now, check this out. We're not done yet, you guys. I need to get that. Can you get that for me?
What is it?
The statue with the legs? Right here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to trip you guys out even more. Does everybody remember the video on YouTube right now that's called The Night Crawlers of Fresno? All right. How many of you guys have seen that? If not, you guys go see it. Google it. YouTube, Night Crawlers of Fresno. A guy in Fresno videotaped on his security cameras 2 creatures walking across the front lawn of his house. Fact or faked, came down, tried to debunk it, tried to say it was a hoax. Couldn't do it. All right. Well, check this out. As we were finishing with Shane, we started to walk up the hill. And Jimmy walked on the other side of the house, and he goes, Jeff, quick, come here, right? And, hold on. Yeah, it's broken at the bottom. I don't want to show this to you yet, because I want to blow you away. All right. So I go up to Jimmy, and he's on the side of the garage, and there's like shelving right on the side of the garage, and there's a bunch of what do you call that? Ceramics and pottery, right? Yes, I guess this guy has a friend who does this. And then famous friend. And then he points to the top shelf and he goes, look. And I'm looking at these things and I said, what the frack? And then
he did a lot of fracking.
What the? Okay. So what he was pointing to was some statues. All right, and these statues look very familiar to Alan and Jimmy and myself, and I'm going, are you kidding me? Are we in a Twilight Zone movie? Well, to make a long story short, we became friends with him, sort of, kind of.
Yeah, we did.
Very weird guy. We call him the Gatekeeper.
That's what we call him.
The Gatekeeper. All right.
We even went out and met some of his friends, right?
That's another story. We'll talk about. Okay, hold on. Let me show. Oh my God! All right, we're gonna show you this statue. Anyways, we went back at a later date.
Yep.
And he gave me one of these statues. All right, let me show you one of these statues.
Yeah, you could go on YouTube and type in Fresno Night Crawlers, and it will show you these things alive and walking across somebody's yard.
Okay.
That size, okay, like 2 feet tall.
Okay.
Big feet, big old long legs.
We are not messing with you guys. This shit happened. And I can say that because we're on the internet. Sorry, Art Bell. Do you see this right here? A creature, small body and then long legs. All right. He had a bunch of these on the top shelf. And we're like, okay, we are definitely tripping here. We are on a Twilight Zone episode. Okay, we all of a sudden found these ruins where he said there's aliens, and all of a sudden we see this. All right, now.
And that's something that we know about is the night crawlers. I mean, it's like a big deal in Fresno.
Okay, a lot of people still don't know about night crawlers.
Right.
I mean, just around the world, all you guys in around the world, go to YouTube, type in night crawlers of Fresno. All right, now check this out. It just so happens that this guy who lives there, who says he's the owner, we call the gatekeeper.
The gatekeeper.
Okay. His friend is Stan Bitters.
Yeah.
He is a very well-known worldwide, what would you call him, sculpture? Anyways, he does sculpture, very famous pottery sculptures for movie stars, for businesses. They pay mega dollars, right?
Duncan Ceramics.
Yeah. And where did he get the idea for this? Why? Where would somebody of that caliber design what looks to me? And look at you can't see the feet, guys, but it has big feet on there. There's big feet.
And if you go on YouTube and type in night
crawlers
crawlers
of Fresno,
you'll see exactly what this guy made.
Okay. So we're here where these ruins are at, which I think are very, very unique. Shouldn't be there in Fresno, California. A lot of UFO sightings around this area. And the guy said, I saw an alien here one time. And then we find these statues which represent alien statues on this property. And he gives me one, I guess, to shut me up. I think is the reason why.
Yeah, how much did he say it was worth?
About $7,000. Okay, he gave me a statue that was worth $7,000. Now, I don't think Stan Bitters knows he gave it to me, but I think he gave it to me to shut my mouth. How can I shut my mouth, you guys? Really? So the famous artist of Stan Bitters, and the reason why I think she chose to give me this one because it was off color and it wasn't really the type, but I checked the pricing on this and he said, yeah, it's something like this, probably worth $6-7 grand. I'm all, okay. And no, I did not pay $6-7 for this. He gave me this. And I think he gave it to me to shut up.
Yeah.
All right. I think he did.
And actually, we've left him alone.
Yeah, we left him alone. But you know what? I'm just going to call you Bob. We're going to come and see you. Because we have a TV show now. And I remember you said that, Bob, that later on you were going to allow us to come and film this. I know you're watching this, Bob. You're not Bob.
Or some of the gatekeepers, like Bob's employees.
We're gonna come and see you probably this week or something. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call you, Bob, and I'm gonna make an appointment to come and see you because I really want to. But I'm gonna try, guys. I really am. I'm trying, and I know we're blowing your mind. You guys think we're smoking the crack, but no, this is actually happening to us here in Fresno, Cal. There's so much more that we need to tell you. As a matter of fact, we became friends with Bob, and he said, you need to meet some of my friends. This guy, Bob, is very intelligent. Man. This guy is a very intelligent person. Or I'm just going to, IQ way up there, over 100, easy.
Over the moon.
Okay, high Q, very, very, just way up there. And he says, I would like for you, Alan and yourself, to meet some of my friends. I go, we have a club. I'm all, what type of club, Bob? Well, we meet here at this certain location. Before we even go there, what about his friend that we met at the Barnes & Noble at the bookstore?
Oh, Halliburton. I shouldn't say that name, huh? It'll get me shut down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We go and we meet Bob because he wanted to meet one of his friends before we met all of his other friends. And we sat down before they closed down the bookstore across from the river park.
But
and
see,
we sat down.
We didn't know we were going to meet this guy.
No. As a matter of fact, you're right.
He was sneaky, like meet me at the bookstore.
He was showing us some photographs. He showed us the picture of the location. Oh my God, that was so photoshopped. Not even funny. Okay.
He snuck, and then what he did is he had his friend there checking us out.
And it sat down with us.
Later, we get to meet that guy.
Okay, then he sat down with us, right? And he introduced himself. I forgot his name. And he says his last name, I kid you not, I forgot his first name, but his last name was Halliburton.
Yep.
All right?
And then I asked him, the Halliburtons? You know?
And he said,
he said, yeah.
Okay, now, and then we saw the vehicle he was driving. It was an old Ford, like 1970s, 60s.
It was a point. It had points. Okay. There's a reason why it had points.
And then he goes, and we asked him, why are you driving such an old vehicle like this? He goes, well, what happens if the grid goes down? And we're all, what the frack?
What if there's an EMP?
Right. And we said, what did he just say? I looked at Alan. Alan looked at me. I'm going, no, he did not just say that.
And he actually looked all over the place for that certain truck, model, and everything, because it had certain qualities that in case the EMP went off,
that he could drive that vehicle.
Right, and fix it and everything.
Right.
There would be parts all over the place.
His last name is Halliburton. He knows the gatekeeper, Bob, who has the statues of aliens at his house, at the ruins that don't exist, that nobody knows. Okay. Then he goes, would you guys like to meet some of my friends? And I said, okay. So we went to the In-N-Out Burger at River Park, and he had 4 or 5 or 6 of his friends that are sitting there. How would you describe these guys?
They were NASA scientists.
That's
what I think they were.
They were. What is it? Mensa. What? How do you?
Right. Yeah. Mensa.
Mensa.
Yeah.
What?
Like the most intelligent people probably around.
You could tell
they were real. You know, like they make the joke. Only if you're a rocket scientist. These guys are rocket scientists.
Okay.
You know, one guy had the LA Times crossword puzzle,
and he was just
and he had like 4 or 5 of them, and he was filling them out in like 10 minutes. The one, and I was just sitting there staring at him, going, "Man, I can't even do the easy ones."
I am sitting down there, and I'm going, "These guys, they don't look normal." And what I mean by that is, this was a group. I mean, if they were to solve...
One of them was a 2-star general, for sure, right?
I don't remember.
One of them really was a scientist.
Yeah.
And one of them was a professor, and then one of them owned his own business, but they didn't say what it was. And then there was Halliburton.
And you could tell they were all intelligent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, off the chart. But yet, they wanted... Bob wanted us to meet his friends. And,
I think they just wanted to scope us out and ask us questions. That's all they did. Really.
They were asking... But you know what? They weren't really asking much questions. But you could... They were not looking at us, eye to eye. When they would talk to us, they would talk with their eyes looking down. Like, I don't want to say they were embarrassed, but it's like they were there for a reason. Guys, I tell you, this is the stuff that's happening to us here in Fresno, California. There is something crazy going on here. All right. And I wish I knew, but the stuff that I just told you, you couldn't make this up. All right. Jimmy, you can verify. If the people know Jimmy, Alan's brother, you can go and talk to him. And it's
my brother's still freaked out.
Is he?
Yeah, we talked about this just the other day. He was like, have you heard from the gatekeeper? You know, like, nah, we've been leaving him alone. You know,
Right.
That's
but I think it's time to, because remember he said, and this is the excuse that he used. He said he can't really do anything with the property because his mother's still alive, and if his mother's passes, then he will allow us to come on here and shoot some video. Yeah.
He didn't want a bunch of cameras and
right,
because he knows there's something. You know what I mean?
He's not telling us the whole truth.
Well, I mean, he knows there whatever that we reveal from there.
Right.
He knows is going to cause some kind of like.
But you know what? But you know what though?
Cameras. And
I don't want. Yeah, but I don't want to reveal the location. A lot of people know where this thing is at. All right. But they think it's just copper mining and stuff. You know, it's what they did in the past, and that's all that is. So they're not making a big deal about it. But they don't realize what has happened to us there and around there.
Even like why the whole reason why Nat Geo even came over here was because of the crash of a
triangle that happened there.
Which, according to my brother, like I couldn't hike down there, but he could. We brought a FLIR truck. You guys could Google this. I have pictures of it somewhere. You know, maybe we'll share it one day.
I actually have on my iPhone.
But this is like a RV type truck, like a moving van size.
Big.
And inside of it is the most high-tech cameras that you ever saw in your life. Like, one of them was $500,000, and he had 6 of them on a pole that went way up, that he said he could frame a human.
How many miles away?
20 miles away, and see details like you're seeing.
So we're talking
right here,
military quality stuff.
Right.
Easy. And NASA stuff.
And they want to find with this the crash site of a triangle. And again, that's another story. Right. Yeah.
That happened with me and Justin, and again, you know, for those who are just barely tuning in, you have missed so much here in Fresno, California. But anyways, go ahead. I mean, continue. Sorry.
They brought this truck, and then you were out there. We were all out there, and we're trying to triangulate
where it happened.
I mean, we knew where we were when the crash was. You know, so from that vantage point, so we had people go down there, and then we were using cell phones and figuring out from their position where on the hill should they be looking with these expensive infrared and what FLIR, forward-looking
heat sensitive, everything they had. Yeah.
When they found it, we all got sent home. I mean, well, we all got sent away.
I was already home. I was tired.
Yeah, they sent us back to the hotel, and then only a couple of cameras and the cast stayed, and all the rest of us got sent back to the hotel. Then, when they aired the show,
it's all about a ball.
None of that was even there.
You see Aaron Ryder out there looking around, and they find a ball or a bone or something. What was it?
Yeah,
a toy.
Yeah, and that was early in the day too, because it was still light.
It's like I still remember Jimmy goes, Jeff, come here, and I walk up there, and there's this where something very big looked like it went into the dirt, and it was triangle. And I'm going
like 50 yards.
And I'm going, what the hell is this? And then I think you or Al or Jimmy was trying to point. You guys, come here, look. But okay. There's, like I said, there's a couple of shows that you have to go see. Chasing UFOs, and check this out. When Chasing UFOs were filming here for 2 weeks, every day we were being followed by a white vehicle, no license plate, staking us out everywhere. As a matter of fact, one of the videos on here when we were out there at Irwin Mountain, I had binoculars, and way in the hell up there was this white truck parked, and they were looking right at us.
Yep.
And I got it on video. That did not get shown on Chasing UFOs, but I have it, and I will, as soon as he can figure out to bring it out of the laptop, we're going to show you those videos.
Well, like when you were doing that, when that white truck was there, I was in the FLIR truck. I'm like Mr. Techie.
Right.
That I wanted to play in that thing so bad, you know. But only the guy was showing me, and he was telling me all about framing a human 20 miles and all this stuff. And then we were zooming in on James Fox and everybody down there, Ben, and they were all walking around like half a mile, you know, down this hill, and it looked like they were like right there. And then they had like 3 cameras, and they were sweeping, and it also was showing Google Earth, so that you knew, like, it was showing like the pattern or the angle of the camera, you know, like what it was showing on Google Earth, and it was lighting that area of the map up, showing what you're looking at and how far and everything. I mean, it was cool. But there's this truck up on the hill, and he zooms in on it, and he recorded it and everything in that truck. And we were actually looking at the guys inside the truck.
Oh, those guys?
Yeah. 2 guys.
Crap.
In this white pickup truck. And it was way off on... And then it was almost like they knew we were looking at them. And all of a sudden, they went around the back of the hill, and nobody saw them again.
Right.
After that. They were gone. But we got them really good with the FLIR.
Why didn't they use that footage? It's what beyond me.
And they also weren't on the air very long.
They got shut down. First season, they were shut down.
Yep. Yeah. And there was a whole bunch of things that happened on that show. I mean, while we were when we were shooting it, I mean, it was almost unbelievable. Even before we started shooting it, we were being followed, and the producers being followed by cops and everything. Then while we were shooting it, there was cars parked like everywhere watching us leave the hotel. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was
ridiculous.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really like cool.
It was wow. Now, why did Chasing UFOs come here in the first place? I got a call many moons ago, and a guy called me, and I said, hello. I go, hey. He go, this Jeff? I go, yeah. I go, hey, this is James Fox. And I went, what you talking about, Willis?
My voice.
I go, what you talking about, Willis? And he goes, you know who I am? I'm all, nah. And then he had to persuade me. Yeah, this is James Fox, and I'm calling because I want to inquire about the triangle crash that occurred there in Fresno. And I said, okay. And well, that's how it all happened. James Fox was looking for cases to film for the show, and that's how they came to Fresno. It was because of that triangle crash. You guys are probably going, what triangle crash? I can't tell. It's too long of a story to even tell you what happened on the Justin. Well, I know we have time. You guys want to hear about it?
Got
yeah, we got it. Okay, all right. When did this happen?
Okay, now that was like 2011.
Okay,
it was like maybe a year before, because we filmed it in January of 2012.
Okay,
and it came out in June, I think.
I don't remember, man. So much stuff has been happening to us. So let's just say 2010 or 2011.
It was like, yeah,
around
the end of the summer of maybe 2010.
Okay. This is what happened. You guys all know I have a 24-hour hotline phone that I eat, sleep, and do other things with it. And this number is
he puts it on vibrate, and he says, I just put this on pleasure. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, if you go Google, and a lot of people have been telling me this, I haven't tried it yet. If you go Google paranormal and 24-hour hotline, paranormal hotline, UFO hotline, my number will come up. That's how I get these calls. We got a call from a guy named Justin, and he lived around this area. This was before the crash, all right? And we went and met with him.
Yep, that's
okay?
right.
And we went and talked with him, and he was telling us
seeing things,
right? We're going, okay, well, what are you smoking? Okay, what drugs are you taking? Seriously.
Really weird too.
Okay, seriously, this is what we were telling. I mean, he was telling us some unbelievable stuff that you're going, all right? Okay? And that's what the first reaction, the first vibe we got from him. You really, dude, really? Okay. So, I mean, he was telling us stuff that I'm not going to even tell you right now because it's just, you guys are going to think you're smoking crack, which I thought he was.
We actually had the discussion when we left, like,
dude, are you smoking drugs?
Should we believe that guy? Man, oh my God.
Okay. So, and he was telling us what was going around there. So we took it as, okay, take it as a grain of salt, and we go back. We're talking about it. Right? I don't know about this dude. I really don't know about him. So, and Justin's probably listening to us right now. I'm sorry, Justin and Eva, but that's what we thought at the very beginning.
We believe you now.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, because there's so much stuff that's going on in your house. But anyway, so it was a Saturday, right around 7 or 7:30. How do I know this? Because I just finished taking a shower, and I was in the family room, and my phone goes off, and I answer it, and Justin goes, Jeff. I go, yeah. He goes, dude, you need to get over here now. I'm going, why? He goes, a triangle just crashed on the side of the hill over here. And I'm all, what? Who's that?
It's on vibrate.
God, I hope that. I told you. I really hope that's not Justin. Let me answer this. Hold on.
That's funny.
Hello, this is Jeffrey. Oh, crap. Hold on. Hello. Yes, it is. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm kind of busy right now. I'm so sorry. I'm on a show. Can you call me back later? Call me about 8:30. Okay, thanks. I don't know why I answered that. That was just kind of weird.
Well, it didn't say who it was.
That was the Knights of Columbus calling me.
Oh, they just want a donation.
So, anyways, okay. So I get a call from Justin, and he goes,
"Got $20?" No.
And he goes, Jeff, a triangle just crashed on the side of my house. I'm all, dude, what are you smoking again? And I said, what? And he says, yes, dude, get over here now. And I could hear in the background some ladies screaming and yelling, there it is, what is it? There it is, what is it? And I'm all, you got to be kidding me. So my hair's all wet. I have no shirt. I had shorts on. I get a shirt. I'm in shorts. It's sort of kind of summer, I think.
It was late summer.
And I grab my briefcases because I have briefcases on standby with all my equipment, video cameras, all that, in case I need to get out of there quick, because that's what we're all about here, you guys. I mean, if somebody calls me and it's a situation where if I can get some killer video of something, I'm out that door. So I grabbed my stuff. I said, Cheryl, I am out of here. I don't know what time I'm going to be back. And she said, okay, have fun. So, and I'm out the door, right? I get in my pickup, and I grab my Sony Handycam old 8 what do they call it? High 8.
Yeah.
That's what I had, because these Sony Handcams had night vision on there, night shot, right? And those are the best kind to use for like ghost hunting and all that. So I had 2 of them, and so I called Justin back, and I'm driving down the street down Clovis Avenue, and okay, I have Justin on speakerphone on my left hand, and I have video of this. I will show it to you. Okay. And I got him on my speakerphone on my left hand.
So arrested.
Oh, and I'm videotaping with my right hand, and I'm freaking driving with my knee. Now, when this video came out, people said I hoaxed it because I planned it because I had somebody sitting in the passenger side with the video camera, and I said, oh my God. So
Eddie said it was August 22nd, 2010.
There you go. Thank you very much, Eddie.
Eddie would know that.
Yeah. Now, why would Eddie know that?
Because that was when he was in the picture here with us.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Ask him how. Is there a video on? I know I have videos of that crap on YouTube on a different channel, and I just don't know how to get to it.
See, he might have looked.
He might have looked.
But only
you know what? No, you're right. Because I mean, if you go Google triangle crash in Fresno, it's all over. There's people who write about it and stuff. So, anyways, so I'm getting on the freeway on the 180, and I'm going.
Hi, Eddie.
And I'm going west, and I'm again I've got Justin on the speakerphone. I'm videotaping with my right hand, and I swear to God, I'm driving with my knee. And sometimes when I have to turn the steering wheel, I will use this left hand. And I'm asking Justin, okay, Justin, I am videotaping right now. You tell me play by play what's going on. And he says, okay. He says, we're looking at this, what looks to be a triangle on the side of the hill, and it's laying there, and there's lights around it, and it's trying to lift up. And he said, and his wife is there, and his mother-in-law is there with him. And what happened is they just came home from the grocery store. They were unloading the car. They witnessed this thing on the side of the hill, and that's how they noticed it. And that's when he called me. And then he goes, and then he's telling me, and he goes, Jeff, it's trying to get up and to levitate, but it can't. And he's telling me, and I'll let you hear this and see it. He says the lights around the craft are moving at a high rate of speed when it's trying to levitate, and then it slows down and falls back down. He said it tried for about 10 minutes and it couldn't do it anymore. And then right now I'm on the 180. I get on the 168, right?
Don't say all the way there.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Well, Irwin Mountain.
No more directions.
The levee, around the levee is where this happened. Okay, so then he says, Jeff, there are trucks and cars coming over the mountain, and they're dropping people off. I'm all, what? And he goes, I don't know where these things are coming from. There's no road behind where this thing is at. And he goes, what's happening is there's trucks coming over the mountain or over this hill and dropping off people, right? And then the trucks are disappearing over the mountain. Now, I am getting all this on audio. I have all this on video. As a matter of fact, it's on YouTube. Yeah, oh yeah, I swear to God. And I will get this and I will play it for you next week. All right,
everybody
you guys?
They could all go to it.
Well, I don't know because it's on my Gonzo Records YouTube, and I don't know exactly how I what I wrote on there to get to it. Okay, but anyway,
yeah. So Eddie says you called him and said stay on the phone with me in case something happens.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And
that's how he knows what time.
So, well, for all those who don't know, Eddie Chavez was here with us and worked with us for a while, and he moved to L.A.
Excellent videographer and web guy.
So now I'm going down the 168, and I get off on the 168, and now I'm not going to tell you now. Let's just say I'm going north, okay? And I'm getting closer. He's telling me there are people around this craft, and they're trying to get it out of here or trying to work on it or whatever. So now I'm about 4 minutes from it, and he's telling me, Jeff, they're leaving. Everybody is leaving. The craft is still there, but they're leaving. I'm all, what do you mean they're leaving? They're going. They're getting in trucks. They're getting out of here. And I'm thinking they know that I am getting close, and they don't want me to see them hovering around this craft.
Because it was still like evening.
Yeah. Now it's
where
dark.
You could see it.
Yeah. But now the sun is down and the hill is black. Okay. So I pull up in this driveway. I get out and I go, Justin, where? And he points on the side of this hill, and I'm going, I don't see anything, dude. I just see what seems to be houses up there. I don't see anything. And he goes, it's right there, dude. And then Eva comes out, and his mother-in-law comes out. And it goes, right there, Jeff, there it is, right there. And I don't see anything because it's dark. Everything is turned off on the craft. So I go, okay, so if this craft is still there, I need to stick around. I need to set up shop, get on top of my truck, put the tripod, put my Sony cam on there, and I need to focus on that spot, and I need to stay here. So I call Cheryl. I said, Cheryl, I'm not coming home. I'm staying the night. And she goes, you are a nerd. Okay, you are a loser. And I'm going, okay, love you too. And so I'm on top of my pickup, right? It's about, I don't know, 8-ish, 8:30, and I'm focusing up there, and I'm saying, Justin, dude, where? I don't see anything, and it's dark. It's quiet, like nothing ever happened. So I'm focusing on this area. Now, you mind you, I'm in shorts and short sleeves, shirt, because I got out of there quick, and it starts getting cold. And I'm like, really? I'm up here. I don't see anything. Well, it's 12 o'clock, 12:30 comes around. Then I start seeing cars and trucks coming from the top and from below. I got this on video, you guys. I will show it to you. And then it looks to be a truck or a car at the very bottom. All of a sudden, they turn on a spotlight. And like at the bottom of the hill, like to make sure no one is coming up. I got that on video, you guys. And then cars and trucks that are coming from above, but there's no road that comes over that mountain. So Justin goes, dude, where are those cars or trucks coming from? There's no road up there, and I don't know that area at all. And I'm going, I don't know. So now there's starting some movement up there. You see, cars, you see people driving up there, and you can start to see people getting out, right? And then the cars going back over. So then everything calms down, and I'm still there at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then at 1:30, I started seeing cars coming like down the road on like open field, and they turn off their headlights, and they were like scoping me out, right? So I'm still up there at 1 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning. I'm freezing my ass off, and I'm looking up there. Then all of a sudden, I start seeing flashes of blue light. And Justin is there with me, and I'm videotaping this, and I got it on video, guys. And Justin goes, I go, what is that? And Justin goes, man, he goes, you know what? I used to arc weld, you know, and that's what that is. That's somebody's arc welding. I'm all, arc welding at freaking 1:30 in the morning? And he goes, dude, they're cutting it up. Or either they're trying to fix it or they're cutting it up to get it out of here before you can see it in the morning. And I'm going, you got to be absolutely kidding me. So I'm videotaping the flashes of blue light on the side of this hill at freaking 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night. All right? Not making sense. But why I'm there is because this family saw something crash that is not an airplane or a helicopter. And now I'm witnessing all these weird things happening on this hill. And it's like a trip. So I'm trying to stay awake, guys, because I need my sleep. I'm the type of guy who I was never a partier. I could never stay up. And I was sort of kind of dozing off in the back seat, still keeping my eye, because I don't want a helicopter to come in and connect with this thing and all of a sudden take it out of here. So sunlight starts to come up, all right? And I'm still awake barely, and Justin comes out of the house because he went to sleep, and all of a sudden we're pointing to the location where this thing, and there's a house there, but in front of this house there is what looks to be like a structure, like a craft, but it was covered in gray plastic, and I'm going, what the hell is that? Now you're probably going, well, get up there, Jeff, get up there. This is not an easy place to get to because the Kern River Canal, it's Frying Kern, okay, which is cement, a big ass canal. It goes around this mountain, and the craft crashed on the other side. So there's not like an easy way. As a matter of fact, during the night, his mother-in-law said, "I'm going up there." And Justin was trying to stop her because she wanted to get a closer look at this thing. So she gets in his truck and goes, and she's gone for an hour and comes back, and I couldn't get up there. And Justin goes, "Stupid mom, I could have told you that." You know.
And since then, we 4-bite all over that mountain.
Now, because we have access, thanks to Robert Scott.
And we've sat out there many nights, and you never see anything. You know what I mean? Like the mountain light is dark. There's no cars. There's no activity. There's no anything. And Robert Scott's even went up to the top of it and spent the night on top of it.
Right. Now, so I have 3 videos. I have one with me in my truck with Justin giving us the play-by-play stuff that's happening. I have another video with the headlights that are coming around the side of the hill at night and the spotlight coming on. I got a video of that. And I got a video of the blue flashing light at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning at the location where this thing supposedly crashed. Because at the time I get there, it's dark. I don't see anything, guys. So I'm questioning Justin on the location of this thing. Sun comes up. I'm still there. I videotape what looks to be something covered in a gray plastic.
Which isn't there now.
And it's gone. I tried, trust me, that morning I got in my truck and I drove around the mountain trying to get up there. I couldn't do it. It's private property, gated. I couldn't do it. All right. So I was dead tired. I went home and I went to sleep. That pretty much started it for us around Irwin Mountain. Okay.
Don't say the right mountain name.
Why?
That was the wrong name, but don't say it. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah. But if you guys,
there's still a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the levee, and I'm not, people now go to levee, and they go at night sky watch, and the levee is at Shepherd and DeWolf Avenue. All right.
And they found 55-gallon drums with chemicals, military.
And there is white vehicles, unmarked white vehicles that are monitoring this area still to this day. All right. We have some people who are out there just checking it out with their family, sky watching. All of a sudden, see these Black Hawk helicopters come out from Fresno and hover around there and land. And all of a sudden, like, get up and then go to the mountains. Like, what were they doing here? What did they see something? Did they pick something up?
We've went out there and set cameras up.
Oh yeah, that one house.
Yeah, and we talked to some of the farm hands out there, and they had some kind of creature growling at them from the bushes.
Now, this levee. Let's talk about this levee for a minute. This levee was built in the 1930s.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Fresno back in the 1930s. Downtown Fresno.
That far out there.
Okay, there was nothing out there. We're talking just land. All right. Fresno back then was still had dirt roads. Downtown Fresno. We're talking buggies. All right. The Army Corps of Engineers, for some reason, built this levee 75 feet high, maybe between 50 and 75 feet high, and build this levee around this area. How do I know the Army Corps of Engineers did this? It's because one day, many years ago, when I was up there, I found this gold, copper, brass. There you go. A plate that was placed there, and it says Army Corps of Engineers. So they built that. Now, it was kind of funny that when I went to go back to try to find it, it was gone. Because I mentioned it on my show, and it was gone. Really? Okay. Now, back then, why would the government, the United States government, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a levee, to build dirt up, and build it around this site where we're getting all this sightings and information coming out of that's just, very weird, and UFO sightings and possibly creatures as well?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
People were saying like doors opening and ships coming out of it. I mean, we've heard a lot of weird stuff.
For those who listened to our show, I don't know, maybe a month ago when I had Adolf on here talking about, because he was the one who introduced me to the levee. This is where all this is happening. This is where, well, let's just say, is located. There's something going on here north of Fresno. Okay, should I say, okay, I'm probably going to get shut down, but I'm going to say this anyways. I don't care.
Here we go.
Okay. Because what I do, I have people who are now coming up to me and pulling me aside and telling me, dude, you need to talk to this guy, or you need to talk to this guy. And that happened. You guys all know I work for AT&T, and I have a lot of friends in the phone business, and I have one, this guy, his name is Jaw, he's Asian, Vietnamese, and he goes, Jeff, yeah, I go, you need to talk to my buddy. I'm going, why? Yeah, trust me, you need to talk to him. So I go, here's his number. So I call him, and I introduce myself. I go, hey, this is Jeffrey. Jaw told me to call you. And he goes, yeah. And I go, what about? He goes, well, before I call him, I sort of kind of knew what this guy did before, or what if he did now. But for all those who don't know, Fresno has a high population of Hmong. Okay, the Hmong people here. For some reason, Fresno is, and like Wisconsin too, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a big population of
they
Hmong.
all move here because of the agriculture.
Well, if that's what the case is, but this is what now. For those who don't know,
General what's his name was here.
Okay,
too.
now let's do this. Okay, now check this out. Now, did I ever tell you about this?
Yeah, you have.
Okay. He says, when I was talking to his buddy, he told me, my friend Jaw said, you need to talk to this guy. And I go, why? I go, well, he used to be the bodyguard for General Vang Pao. And for all those who don't know, he was the general for the Hmong community who was fighting in Laos, I believe. Okay. And he goes, you need to call him. I go, okay. So I called him, and I said, okay, so tell me, what do you want to tell me? And he goes, well, I used to be the bodyguard for Vang Pao, and now he's passed away. And he said that one day we were taken up north of Fresno, and we were taken to an underground facility north of Fresno. And he said it was controlled by the FBI. CIA. Man, they are pissed at me right now. I know they are. And we went underground. And he says there is a big facility north of Fresno, and it's controlled by the CIA. And he says that he goes, you have no idea what's going on under Fresno. And that's all he said. So what I think is happening is they were assisting Vang Pao back when they were in in the war, and I don't know how or what they were doing, and I'm not going to speculate, and I'm going to stop right there. But
I could really get in trouble by speculating.
So this is the type of stuff, and I've told you guys before, we think there's something going on underneath Fresno. Well, this is a little bit of clarification of what we think is going on. And I think a lot more is actually happening.
I think the underground bases aren't just like where he went. I think they're east.
They're all over the place.
South, under.
Right. Now, you have to understand that, we witness weird things going on here in Fresno, and we put that in the back of our mind, and when the time comes that something else happens, we kind of like get that and then add it with this, and we go now it makes sense. And I'm going to give you an example. In 2002, when George Bush Jr. became president, all right, he came to Fresno, all right, and there was a reason why. Well, he came to Fresno because he wanted to save the forest. I believe that's what he said. I want to save the forest. So, Air Force One comes to Fresno. 4 Black Hawk helicopters take the president, take his entourage, take all the media and his people who take care of him, special agents or whatever. And they 4 go up to the redwoods, up to the mountains, Sierras. They land. President Bush comes out on a podium with the Secretary of State, I believe, and the media is there, and he's saying, yeah, we need to preserve the forest, the Sierras, they're beautiful trees, we need to preserve, blah, 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 blah. You would think the President of the United States now needs to fly back to the airport, get on the plane, and go back to Washington. No, that's not what happened. He stayed up in the mountains in and we have, I believe it's a 4-star or 5-star hotel cabin type of situation up in the mountains, Sierra. I forgot the name of it. You can Google this. This actually happened. He actually stayed up there in the mountains. What? Okay. The President of the United States is staying in the mountains overnight. That's weird. Okay. Now, because of my connections and friends, because like I said, I was born and raised here. After all this occurred, when the president stayed up there, 1 helicopter stayed with him, and the other 3 came back to the airport, brought back the media, entourage, the mayor, all that. They brought everybody back, but the President Bush stayed up there. And I had somebody come by, talk to me about a year after this all happened, and he goes, yeah. He goes, you know what I do? I go, he's not there. He did the work later. The Department of Forestry, he was up there. He says the helicopter at about 2 o'clock, 2:30, lifted up and went north Fresno and landed someplace. A.M. All right, during the night. And he goes, I go, what? He goes, yeah. But and then about 4:35 or 5:30, right around there, the helicopter comes back and lands. And I'm going, what the frack? And so now it's starting to piece together. You guys all know who President George Bush Jr. daddy was. Senior, right? Okay. Also the director of the CIA. Let's say daddy wanted to show his son what is actually going on in the world. You need to go to Fresno, go to north of Fresno. That's what happened, I think my theory is. Because why would the helicopter get up and fly north of Fresno and land to come back 3 hours later? Okay. I think his daddy wanted to show him something. Obviously, you couldn't go to Las Vegas and because everybody and their mother would know where the president's staying and see his entourage and see the helicopters. No. So they had to come up with a different scheme, a different plan to get the president away from everybody to get him to a certain location, right? That's what happened. You can Google this. I mean, obviously, you're not gonna find that the helicopter took off at 2 o'clock in the morning and went north. But why would the President of the United States of America stay up at a 4-star hotel up in the mountains because he's a forestry guy? No. I think this was the only way to get him away from all of you out there and to get him north of Fresno where whatever is out there and show him what was going on. Things like this is telling me, holy crap, there's something going on here in Fresno.
Well, you know what else is going to go on in Fresno?
Oh, no. What?
I ran into, man, I can't remember. I'm so tired. I can't remember the names. But the tunnel.
Kathy.
But
no,
the guy.
Jeremy.
I ran into him today at the Sci-Fi Con.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday. Oh my God! How come he didn't come up to? Okay, shoot. So he knows that we were there because he had sent me an email to put up a float in the parade, and I never responded back only because we had we were doing this.
Well, I told him we've been really busy,
yeah.
And we have, man. Oh man, but between researching and TV show stuff.
Well, we couldn't do the thing because we had committed to this already several months ago. So.
But he told me they're going to start a dig.
Okay. Oh my God. Really? When?
And he says we need to go on the tour, but only they're gonna start a dig, and they are gonna find something.
We need to get. Okay, you need to tell me when. Did he tell you?
He told me for you to get a hold of him. And we're gonna go, and we're gonna videotape this dig. He said they're gonna find some tunnels.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
But only they
I just
don't
peed in my pants.
They say they're not gonna find them. He says they are.
I just peed in my pants. Okay, sorry guys. Okay,
but yeah,
so you guys don't know what we're talking about.
This all is connected somehow.
This is the Chinatown tunnels that we've talked about. Jeremy is the assistant vice president to Kathy, who's in the Chinatown tunnels and stuff. We're gonna use this for a TV show. So I remember him on the set when we interviewed them that they were going to start a dig, and he wanted to have my camera crew there. So when we find it, we're going to videotape it and put it for the TV. So yes,
he says it's going to be huge.
Oh God,
that there might even be stuff in it.
Okay, I need to call.
And we have to be there to videotape.
I will call him tomorrow.
Document it.
I will call him tomorrow.
Because this is going to be good.
See, guys, who wants to move to Fresno?
Yeah, but Fresno doesn't want you to move here.
Exactly. Let's talk about that. Fresno does not want you here. They are turning the water off. They are running businesses out of Fresno. They want all you guys to get the hell out of Fresno. Why is that? And go to Google and YouTube and type in Fresno butt of jokes, Fresno joke. Whenever you watch a movie or a TV show, you always have people making fun of Fresno. I mean, I can name you a bunch of shows. I mean, and you guys can verify this. You guys probably go, yeah, they make fun of Fresno on all the TV shows, all the movies. For some reason, Fresno is the butt of the jokes.
Yeah, we're the dumbest, we're the dirtiest, we're the...
Yes.
On every list.
Now, let's think about this. Why don't they want people here?
We even talked about this earlier. Like, they got rid of... Donald Trump.
They got
what was the singer?
Sammy Hagar.
They got him out of town.
Whenever they're trying to bring in something very exciting to Fresno, bam, it gets shut down and it's gone. All right, they're turning off the water for the farmers, and it's like people are moving out of Fresno because there's no jobs. Well, there's no jobs anywhere, but. Without water, guys, they can't farm here, and the lands are drying up, and all because the stupid little minnow fish. What are they called? The little polywog fishies that the
man, I can't remember the
yeah, because I'm freaking tired. That the PETA, not PETA people, but the whatever. They're trying to save the little fishies, screw the farmers and the food.
And they're shutting down the forest. Like I've been going.
Farmers.
I've been going and fighting because I told you earlier I can't walk down and hike down to the spot, and they won't even. The only Medicare gives me a power chair. Okay, power chairs aren't even meant to go out of your house. Okay?
Because they can't drive on.
No, but they make them where it's not really meant to go out of your house. You're supposed to be homebound. That's where they really want me, right? They tell me You're homebound, right? So I tell him I want something to go with my friends hiking. I'm disabled. You can't keep me from doing it. You know, there's disability laws and all this stuff. And they told me that I can. The only thing I could take is my power chair.
Well, you know what? I was talking to somebody who on Blackstone, who I work for AT&T. I was repairing his phone line, and he repairs off-road vehicles, and I tell him, you know, if they're not going to allow gas-powered engines,
right?
Period. But anything battery is okay. Right. So he said a golf cart would be fine. You know, anything like that, anything that has battery, you're cool. So he even goes, you know, they make now golf carts that are freaking a foot off the ground with 4x4 wheels and stuff, and you can use those. They can't say absolutely jack about that. So golf carts we can find like for about $1,000, $1,200, and then you know you can. I can ride a bike. You know, you could drive the damn thing and carry you know the stuff on it. You know that
pull you guys in a trailer.
Well, see the golf cart. Well, for one thing, the battery power has to last for us to get down and get back up. Yeah. Okay, so we need to figure that out.
That means you have to add more batteries.
Yeah, whatever it takes, because and that's the big thing. But and we were talking, and they're probably listening to us right now at the forestry department, because you know there's no rain and no snow right now because of the drought. And they keep the gates locked right before Memorial Day weekend, and they open them up only because of the weather. They don't want people up there getting stuck and dying on you know and freezing to death because they can't get out, and then people go up there without 4x4s. Well, maybe you ought to call. Maybe you ought to call and find out. Hey, are you guys going to open the gates early?
Yeah, because they're going to open up Tioga Pass early.
Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, and I'm going to show you pictures or videos next week. I know Alan can fix this. You know, I want to show you the pieces of firewood that are up at 80 feet up in the sky and high in this tree, one stuck in the knot. Now you remember, the pictures that actually I showed you right a little while ago is pictures of me placing the video cameras at the base of that particular tree. All right, that's been there since May of last year. So obviously the batteries are dead. The SD card is there. Now, did we get something? I don't know, but we want to take the camera crew up there and film all that and see what happens.
I'm going to see if I can't I'll load them up on YouTube and then keep them private until the show, and then we'll give Keith the link, and he can put the link inside the Paranormal Central.
Okay.
Reports,
right,
and then
right.
People can click on it. That's on Dark Matter Radio Network, and
okay.
I'll open it up to the public then, and then they can click on it, and everybody can watch it.
Okay.
For everyone that's on Dark Matter.
Okay.
You know, we'll make it available so they can all watch the video too with everyone that is watching video.
Okay, let me while you're talking, I know it's like 15 minutes. The last time
we don't have much time.
Last time I screwed up because Keith was probably yelling at me and putting on the music. Let me go to Skype.
I mean, Keith's so cool, man. he really saves us sometimes.
Hold on here. Let me go to the auto lock to never, and go to Skype and scroll down.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
I gotta see. Go to Dark Matter, and okay, so nothing yet. Okay, hi. Okay, cool. Hi. Cool. Okay, we're there. Sweet. All right. So, yeah, a lot of you guys right now, with all the information that I just threw at you, are probably going, dude, you are the greatest storyteller that ever has told a story. Well, you know what? If you don't like my story, there's many other paranormal shows. You can go to Snorri's show.
His eyes are brown.
Okay.
No.
Thanks, Alan. All right. People tell me, dude, you guys need to write a freaking book. Yeah. I don't have time to write a freaking book.
We're not done making the book story yet. Yeah.
You know, we have so many, all this stuff. There's still so much more that you guys haven't heard. That you know, you guys are going, why are we getting all this information? How are you finding out? It's because we are out from the back of this chair, and we are out there investigating, talking to people. You know what really helps is to have a 24-hour paranormal hotline. And for all those who don't know it, I'm going to give it to you. Please don't crank call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. Please don't, all right? Not unless a freaking mothership crashes in your house and kills your dog, just like Paul. I want to hear about it at 2 o'clock in the morning. If not, save it and call me during the day. Okay, copy down this number. Area code 559-287-8367. One more time. 559-287-8367. The last 4 numbers represent the letters UFOS. How convenient, right? Everybody program that in your cell phone. The next time you see something paranormal, which is a UFO, a Bigfoot running across your yard, an alien stealing something from you, I want you to call me. But please, come on, be sincere about this. This is why I'm getting so much great stuff. It's people like that are calling me. I'm getting law enforcement calling me on this. I've had 2 congressmen call me already. I am friends with media personnel.
The fish is smelt. Yay!
Hey, the smelt. Hey, the smelt. The Delta smelt.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, and I can sleep tonight.
They found those smelts all over the place now.
Oh man.
I mean, all over the United States.
Okay. So it's a Delta smelt that they're trying to close turn off the water because they're trying to save little fishies about 3 inches. Screw the farmers, and it pisses me off. So, yeah, this is why we're getting so much stuff, you guys. It's because we're doing our homework. We're going out, and we're spending our own money, and we're getting the stuff for you guys. I mean, come on. I mean, I've had people move to Fresno because of us.
Yeah.
All right, people are moving to Fresno
and
because
move away.
No, and we never hear from them again. No, they're actually moving back to Fresno. If they've lived here before, they're coming back because they hear what's going on from us. You're not going to hear it from the media.
They become our team. A lot of them.
Yeah, and it's exciting stuff. I mean, who doesn't like this stuff? You guys, I mean, I've been a fan of the paranormal since when I was a little freaking kid. I remember, and I haven't talked about, I want to say, hearts go out to the family of Leonard Nimoy, and I forgot to say that, last week. But In Search Of was the show. In Search Of was this show I first saw. Patty, the Patterson Gimlin film, is when I first fell in love with the paranormal. Is when I saw the Patterson film. I went, oh my God, I want to know more. All right. And that's what got me hooked. And then the X-Files came into play. I went, oh my God. And now I'm here. All right. So, can you see I'm excited about this stuff, guys? I mean, all the stuff that I told you today, it happened to us. It's happening still. I've got video. We got pictures to show you. This is what we're going to do. I think the next couple of weeks, we're going to pull out all the stuff that I've been talking about. Because I've been doing this since 2007, all right? And I know a lot of you guys are barely new here, barely 2 years old, 3 years. There's so much in the back that you guys have missed, all right? And I want to bring you up to speed, all right? And I think a lot of you guys want me to do that, and we are.
Everybody needs to be like prepared to question everything you think you know. Even if you think you figured it out after researching everything, question that too. Just keep on pushing.
Yeah.
Because you'll find out, the truth is stranger than you can imagine sometimes.
Like Alan said, we're both very religious people. And we were talking about that today at the Telluride Sci-Fi Con, because people are tripping out that, we believe in monsters and evil and all that. But, the religion part, you guys, I'm not saying question everything. I believe there's higher power. Yeah. I believe there is a higher power. I mean, as simple as that. I'm not questioning that at all. But, just follow us a little bit more. And we're going to...
For me is like, I question everything.
Yeah.
and actually everything points back to the religion part.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, that's the weird. I know people get mad at me and I get hate mail stuff over it. Really, I mean, if you really research, I research. I mean, I was telling Jeffrey about some really cool stuff that I read, and I should have went to bed. And I stayed up all night, and then I had to do all day Saturday and then all day today. But anyways, it was actually going back and pointing back. Some new things have happened in the world that are evil. And it has a lot to do with the horned guy, And I mean, I want to research it some more before I say anything more, but only, really, I think something's happening, man.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty wild. And more sightings, more monsters, more things flying around. Is it because people know where we are and giving us more calls? I don't know. I mean, it's not just that,
I think it's social media, the internet.
Is it that, though? Is it really that? I mean, for I've been on Facebook since 2008, something like that. I mean, things are moving along, but only it seems like lately things are picking up speed.
Yeah.
The rapidity of how fast things are happening is amazing. Really. So I'm still questioning things. Hey, still.
Right. Okay. Right. I mean, come on, I'm showing you a freaking statue that's 2.5 feet tall that looks like the freaking Nightcrawlers of Fresno. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. And why is it happening to us? Why here in Fresno? I don't know.
We asked for it.
Yeah. We are not liked. We have been told there's certain people here cannot talk to us.
I think it is. I think disclosure is coming. And what I think is the government people, the people that are trying to hide stuff from us, and they're the evil, these evil people that are hurting us and everything. I think they know that too. And I think that's why we were talking about people dying lately. I think the truth is starting to really start coming out.
And they're taking out the people who are spreading the truth. Please
but it isn't gonna help. It's still gonna come out.
Right.
But they're desperately trying to keep it from happening. Like Brian Williams. I mean, they're taking out everybody, right? I mean, things are happening.
Yeah.
Man. It's a trip.
Yeah. So you know what? We're still gonna do this. Like I said, a lot of people are freaking out that the TV show, they're not gonna be able to watch the TV show. Things are going to happen. Trust me, you're going to all be able to see everything. So don't worry about it. We are going to be so busy the next couple of weeks. We got to give the Fox Network, 4 episodes to go. I got to call the Chinatown about that dig. I've been waiting for that. I got somebody coming in next week to film. But yeah, we're going to be so busy. And our job here is we're going to give you guys the best stuff on TV that you'll ever see as far as paranormal, guys. I swear to God, this is going to be so good. You guys are going to love it. One time a week is not going to cut it. You guys, like right now, you guys want more than 3 hours from us. So I wish I could give you more, but we have families, we have lives, we have jobs. If I was a multi-millionaire, then I would be doing this 5 nights a week for you guys. So you guys have to bear with us. We're trying to give you as much as we can and what we can. All right. So there you go. We got 1 minute left to music.
Be able to get my boot off tonight.
One minute left to music, guys. So we're pretty much there. I want, for all those people who are new tonight tuning in, I want to thank you very much for tuning in. For all the people who we met at the Tulare Sci-Fi Con.
Hi guys. Bye guys. No.
Say thank you. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. There is so much more that we haven't told you, or we did talk about many moons ago, that I think we need to bring you up to speed, because there's a lot of you guys who are new here. And man, you know what? This stuff is for real in Fresno, California. Why Fresno? I don't know. we're trying to figure it out. So, all right, you guys, that's it. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez for Alan Thomas. You've been watching Paranormal Central. Thank you for tuning in. Come back next week. We're going to do it again, and this time we're going to have some killer stuff to show you as far as videos. I promise you. Come back.
And I'm going to make it available to Dark Matter Radio.
Take care.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
I'm looking for you, you're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe?